Discretion is advised.
This show is brought to you by IndyWrestling.us and IndyWrestling.network for your independent wrestling entertainment. Slice on Broadway, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza. Production services by Sidekick Media Services. And listeners like you, supporting us at patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the
It is the Wrestling Mayhem Show Christmas end of the year holy crap edition, and it's going to be a holy crap once we go around the horn here. Mike Sorg at Sorgatron on Twitter in the Sorgatron Media Studios in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania for the last live show of 2022. Yes, I did survive the STD Christmas special. Go watch that. That aired last Thursday. It's in your feed, and some of the guests here are emotionally scarred from that experience. They got a nod in the side of the room, yes. We have a lot of people here because we go out. We invite everybody of Mayhem Christmases, present, past, and maybe future. I don't know. But first of all, from Beacon, New York, he's the only Mayhemmer with a future endeavor letter from the WWE. He is Mad Mike.
Now we have a podcast. Ho, ho, ho.
What is that? What is that sweater you're wearing for everybody on audio?
Well, all right. For those of you who didn't recognize my spot-on Alan Rickman impression, it's a Die Hard Christmas sweater, and I'm wearing a Star Wars hat, and I'm wearing Christmas lights because, god damn it, I'm going to be festive.
Holy Christmas! And by the way, I felt it was a little more Dr. Evil. I'm not just as a little critique.
Your
there.
Dr. Evil's like this, and you have to have a pinky in the air, Sorg.
Oh, you were missing the pinky.
Throw me a freaking bone here. I mean, come on.
He's a vocal chameleon.
I'm already about half a Moscow Mule.
Where do we start here? Okay, well, let's send it all the way to the West Coast since he dropped in here last minute. Alex Cars of Occupy Pro Wrestling has joined us.
Coming to us from the set of Scrooge.
Oh yeah.
Hello.
I don't know.
Hi. Yes, I found the link to get in here.
Whoa! You grew a beard.
I did.
Are you Mirror Universe, Alex, or?
No. Though to be honest, I realize I might not look very festive, but in fact, this is the kind of get-up I always wear to Christmas parties.
Oh, okay.
So.
You kind of look like John Hodgman right now.
I have no idea who that is.
No, it's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Okay.
We got nods in here. Oh shit. Where do I go? Okay, special guest. There's a lot of special guests. Okay, special guest.
Special guest. Then surprise.
Yes. Okay. Returning to the show, we invited her to the Christmas party. You made the list. Emily Fear of the Grit and Glitter podcast has joined us.
I'm so excited. And yes, John Hodgman. That's exactly it.
I still have no idea who that is.
That's a good thing. I mean, it's a good comment.
We're here to educate. We're here to educate everybody, right?
Great.
Yes, exactly. Including those people that walk by eyeballing us.
Probably also nodding their head saying, yes, it looks like Josh Hodgman.
Yes. Oh, hey, look.
Absolutely.
John Hodgman's on that show in the window.
How much is that John Hodgman in the window?
You must be doing... Wow.
John Hodgman, I love your work.
Also on the line with us, back on the show. This voice is going to be very familiar to you if you listen to the beginning of the show. And that warning we give every episode about the parental advisory. Chachi is back on the show.
But as the majority shareholder of the Wrestling Mayhem Show LLC, it is requirement that I make at least one yearly appearance. So I'm fulfilling my contractual obligation.
Oh,
Cheers.
You're like John Cena that almost went a full year without a match, and now he's having one next week.
I thought you sold your shares and to a consortium.
No, I kept the shares. I just stopped bossing everyone around because I don't care.
He's been a silent partner for a while.
You guys can do whatever you want. I honestly, I'm only here because Sorg asked. I flat out, I warned him ahead of time. The last wrestling I seen that I did not edit myself was Extreme Rules. Before that,
that's not that far.
But ask him
before that, it was All Out.
But ask him anything about Rise Wrestling this year because he's attended every one of them.
You can ask me anything about Rise.
Can we play real or fake with Chachi?
Oh, I think he's got awareness of that though.
Okay.
So my current updates come from Chad once a month while we're setting up for Rise.
Okay.
And it
all right.
usually is me asking what Sami Zayn has done with the Usos lately.
Okay.
Because that's really all I care about.
That's
But
fair.
that is fair. That is fair, actually. That's a good thing. And it is a pure Christmas miracle returning to the show after, God, how long has it been? I don't even know at this point. Ages. There he is, WrestleFan.
Your basement looks so much bigger, so
WrestleFan, who's been on this show since the young age of 16.
oh god.
Hey, Eamon, wait. So I have to point out, I have to fill him in. Hey, I like indie wrestling now.
Oh, great. It took 8 years to try to get you on the side of the righteous, I guess you could say.
The side of the righteous. He's drinking. He's mid-drink.
By the way, also for people who are watching the video right now, all the years of the torment that you guys have put me through, I finally brought an ally.
Yes.
I needed someone to team up against you.
That's fair. That's fair. By the way, Eamon, I do have to confess something. So I watched the STD Christmas special.
Oh god.
Wait! Before you do that, we need to introduce who you brought. Merlin.
Absolutely. I apologize.
Merlin is with us. Eamon's partner. Hello, Merlin. Welcome to the Wrestling Mayhem show.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here, although I'm still kind of catatonic slightly from the party last week.
Yes. I think
But,
you were spanked and.
I blocked that out.
Okay.
But we'll see if we can recover those memories in therapy.
Yeah. Just add it to the pile, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty much all of us. Which is funny since we basically started this show as therapy for ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, I would
And
figure
now
that
we give
that's-
ourselves new reasons.
Yeah.
It's a vicious cycle.
I feel bad that your introduction to the Wrestling Mayhem show was the Sexy Talented Dudes Christmas Party extravaganza.
I mean, I am a sexy, talented dude,
Jesus
but not one of
Christ.
those sexy, talented
Why
dudes.
would you do
so
that to someone?
Listen, Eamon knew what they were getting into. Okay, and I was just putting that on him to.
That's actually.
Oh,
But I will
Right,
say that Eamon
and-
said nothing about it. He gave me zero warning and just said, "Hey, we're going to go to their Christmas party. You want to go? Yeah, sure."
I was trusting the faith of the gods that the wheel spin was going to work in our favor. I think we got the better of the.
Yeah, no barbed wire, no waterboarding,
Yeah.
No kendo stick?
Waterboard?
Yeah, there was. I had.
There
to,
was
there was
yeah.
waterboarding. There was
Thankfully,
barbed wire,
I had enough beers that I faithfully conducted the waterboarding. Don't worry, it was Curry Futuristic was the victim.
Don't worry.
He knew if he was going to make it or not.
he'd already seen what
Wait.
was gonna happen.
You have video evidence of you torturing people? I think that's,
Oh, not just that. There were live
Is it
audience
torture if
members
it's
walking
consensual?
by on the street.
Yeah. Well, they were watching from the taco stand. They were
Well,
still
as
open
you-
at the time.
As you do, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was
Eat
a.
a taco, watch some waterboarding.
Yeah, welcome to Beachview. Well, it is all kinds of international flavor
It's
over
on
here.
the welcome
but,
side of
That's
Beachview.
right.
So, Eamon, when you were doing your karaoke,
Oh, jeez.
I had PTSD of us reading fan fiction together.
Oh yeah, Sork reminded me of this recently, and I again, much like last night, I think I completely blocked it from my memory. That yes, but I do remember the fan fiction now.
Yeah.
I didn't. Oh god, I think this was the day of the Google Hangouts where we were just doing absolutely anything, and Sorg gave us free reign and just be like, I'm a.
Please
yeah.
go do things on YouTube, guys. I'm sure
Yeah,
nothing will go wrong.
It was definitely something we did independent of the rest of the show.
Yeah.
It was eye opening to say the least. But I had
That's not all it
I had
opened.
flashbacks. But yeah, I had flashbacks when you were saying, I believe the boy is mine.
Oh,
No, that was him.
that was
Oh,
me.
okay.
But
Which one did you
he
have
was
then?
spanking me
Was
while
it-
I was doing it, so
This was, but I think if there's anything to reassure myself, those were the days when I was maybe just out of high school. When we were reading the fan fiction on. So,
It was a time of discovery. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all have it.
It was part of your journey. I'm glad we could help. So, we haven't even started the show, guys. This is the Wrestling Mayhem show. Tonight we're gonna it's the end of the year, so we're gonna do what we always do. We're gonna look back at what did you learn from 2022 in professional wrestling. Going to go around the horn here. Chat room, please participate in these. We are going to have a special gift for those in attendance. And we're going to look at our predictions from last year and see if we could predict any of the crazy stuff that happened this year. More singing and then more singing apparently. And then we are going to get into our predictions of 2023. So I'm sure the show will be completely under 2 hours tonight.
Absolutely.
And as usual, this is the only Tuesday or live on the internet I will drink. So White Claws in hand. Anyways. Anybody watch Cobra Kai when he got their White Claw and was like badass? So, anyways, this is the Wrestling Mayhem Show. You can check out everything at WrestlingMayhemShow.com. You can email us at
Good times at Wrestling Mayhem Show.
Thank you. WrestlingMayhemShow.com. Good times at WrestlingMayhemShow.com. 412-206-WMS0 is your holiday hotline. Please, when you're getting tired of your family, give us a call, no matter how much eggnog you've had, and let us know what you think Vince McMahon is doing this holiday season. Tweet us at Mayhem Show, and also you can have a conversation with us on the Facebook page the group mostly, the Facebook group for Wrestling Mayhem Show, and also we do have a Discord that's starting to get a little bit more activity, and a Reddit page. Actually, I need to start there. I did it on AwesomeCast. I started a Playing with AI segment on the AwesomeCast Discord. I think I'm going to do the same thing over on the Wrestling Mayhem Show one, because I feel like all of these, I think we can throw some wrestling ideas at it. I don't know, maybe develop some new AI-generated fanfic for all we know.
Sword,
yes.
We need to do an AI Lucha Underground.
We can work on that. We can work on that too. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. We chatgdp.org I think is the site. Look that up. Start playing with that. And we'll collect on the Discord here in a couple days. Of course, we're live every Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time on the Facebook Live, as well as the Wrestling Mayhem Show YouTube, the Sorgatron Media Twitch, and the IndyWrestling.us YouTube and Twitch pages. Of course, we will be off for the New Year's. We're working on something. We may have an episode for you guys next Tuesday night. In between that will be pre-recorded. And also, thank you to our Patreon supporters at patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show. And is this the last time I'm going to do the Excalibur Challenge? I promised it through the end of the year, right, Mike? So
I think that's a personal journey you have to go on for yourself.
I'll consider it over the week
journey.
off. It is my personal journey of pain. Let me take a good sip here before I do that. Thank you to our Patreon supporters at the fan of the show level. Bo Diggity!
Woo! I remember that one.
As well as Ed Burke, Team Amphist, and WFJ10 at the Poppy Club level. Dave Prop Partner, the co-host of the iPhoneography podcast and the longest-running podcast solely dedicated to all things relating to iPhone photography. Aiden, the biggest hustler in WWE, AEW, GCW fan walking the island of Ireland, regularly dipping into places I can't purchase wrestling figs and memorabilia at Irish WrestlePod on the Twitter. At the Pizza Club level, Doc Remedy and The Riz, as well as the manager level, Bradley, and the Mother of Dragons, Tina Keys. You guys can support the show, too, and give me an exceptionally long description of who you are at patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show.
That was really well done.
Sorry, you
Nah,
turned purple.
Now I understand what the Excalibur challenge is.
I think his jaw is smoking.
I'm so lightheaded right now.
I thought the Excalibur challenge was like we all creatively compliment you in the style of William Regal.
Call me a butter.
Yeah, not gonna lie, that's what I thought it was too.
I'm ready for it. I'm 2 beers in.
Well, you know William Regal turned heel when he went to Excalibur and said, "Hello, Excalibur."
Right? Exactly.
That's
It was
when he
dead
turned heel.
giveaway. Dead
When he turned
giveaway.
heel.
That was the total tell.
Oh man, I need a second after that one. Okay, this is the part of the show. Hold on. I wrote down the show order so I don't forget as I keep drinking White Claws. So,
Sorg.
Yes.
I wanted to interject before we move forward and say that I have looked up John Hodgman. And I am indeed a PC.
Yep. Boom.
Your background's so appropriate for that too.
It really is.
It's like a
honestly, it's the whole package.
It's a
whole
TV
package.
control room. He's got this like evil goatee going on. I love it. You know what, man?
What we really need is someone that looks like Justin Long.
Alex, I will sign up for your social media network.
Excellent.
So, anyways, okay. So let's look back at 2022, and the question I need to go around with is, what did you learn from 2022 in professional wrestling? Who would like to go first? Chat room, please, Jesse. Jesse,
You know what?
yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Josh.
I learned that I am not responsible enough to watch wrestling and be on social media at the same time.
Did you get in trouble?
No, it's just I can't do it because I get irrationally angry at the stuff people put on social media in regards to wrestling, and the amount of wrestling news sites that exist these days is just first sickening and irritating at the same time. Because none of them are good. And
even WrestlingInc.com and featuring featuring Matt
none
Carlins?
of them are good. And
They have great employees, though.
Yes,
No, I
they
mean,
at least have one or two great employees over at Wrestling Inc.
I'm not
We'll
judging
say.
the people. I'm judging the sites.
Okay.
Because in this age of the internet, the goal is to get views, and the easiest way to get views is to be negative as fuck. And because of that, none of it's fun. So that's wrestling is like every other fan base. It's just full of terrible people.
Whoa, Chachi setting us off on a positive foot. Thank you for
I
that.
sure am. I warned you.
Oh, he's back.
Good
He's
to say
back,
about
baby.
Sword,
He's back,
sword,
baby.
It's like the old days.
That's
And he's drinking?
That's about as positive as Chachi gets. Like I'm with it.
I'm just glad he's at the point he tells us why he doesn't like something and just saying he doesn't like it. Like
Yeah, no, it is
like a
completely-
wrestling news site.
Yeah, it is completely the fans. The fans have turned me away from wrestling completely. The only time I watch wrestling now is through a viewfinder or behind the editing software at a show.
You like to be in control of the wrestling you watch.
Yeah.
I like it. Hey, along with you, Tina in Seattle says, I've learned the mute button in random cat and puppy photos is a great timeline cleanse for negative IWC bullshit.
She's
Honestly,
not wrong.
it's the engage and then the mute is what I go to. I do have my petty moments in that regards, but no, I moments. But you follow me on Twitter. But no, like I agree. To just reiterate what Chachi said. I can't tell you how many times I've like just sat, watched something, and been like, "That was really good," and then opened Twitter and was just like the consistent opinion, like, "Well, that was the worst thing in however many years." I'm like, it's amazing how like that then becomes like, you know,
It colors everybody's opinion then,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, that's been a problem.
it's just really interesting.
I mean,
I will say that just simply muting the word ratings has been great.
Oh God, my New Year. I don't know if we're doing New Year's resolutions. Never to hear about ratings ever again with pro wrestling. I do not give a damn about ratings.
Just mute the word ratings. It's so much benefit. It's been good for my mental health.
See, this is why you guys have to just exclusively cover women's wrestling because guess who doesn't rate women's wrestling?
There you go.
Like ever, even when it's really, really fucking good and historic.
Also, and this
doesn't
is
care.
apropos of nothing. I also muted the word Snyder, but that's
also wise.
that's also a good one. It's a good one.
I shared my mute list over on the Awesome Cast Discord, by the way. So if anybody needs help of that. A lot of political, obviously, but also some personally, like, I don't want to hear about X, Y, and Z kind of stuff, you know.
Podner also wonders if Tony Khan muted me.
At least he didn't have an entire promotion block you like Impact Wrestling did.
Oh yeah,
Not yet.
Oh no! Hey,
Working on
update to that, Amen, because you haven't been around for it. They unblocked him.
Impact in general.
Yes, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
I think they
they
figured.
unblocked me in time to tell me that the inspiration was going to be in Poughkeepsie around my birthday.
I
So it
think-
was like it was an olive branch.
I'm pretty sure Mike and I's old Impact reviews are the reason why I am still blocked by Josh Matthews to this day, which I don't think we ever like. It's always funny seeing when like you don't tag someone. They like no offense to your great establishment, Sorg, but the fact that Josh Matthews was able to find all our negative comments about him.
And still let me work for the company? Yeah, exactly.
Well, you weren't on the old Google Hangouts when we were talking about it. So
That is true. But it did have my name on the credits. So, no, it was Sanjay I had to thank
Well,
for
we
that.
would often say the views of the midweek war do not reflect the views expressed by all of Sorgatron media.
That's a good
They are
idea.
all personal
Look,
views.
if they can run across STD holiday parties and still hire this man.
No, I think that's on our mute list. So, yeah, exactly. All right, moving on. Pawner also said, no, never mind. That's about the. Oh, he learned that even major owners don't know what the hell they're doing. This is what I've been talking about, and this is what I learned. And I talked about this on the show. I believe that no matter what level in professional wrestling you're at, there's more money, but it's the same bullshit and the same personalities.
Yep.
Right? Listen, there's somebody at the top that may or may not, either a former wrestler or just a guy with a lot of money that's calling the shots that everybody thinks is probably bullshit. There's a bunch of egos in the backstage that are dealing with one thing or another. There's the whether you're doing the indie wrestling show in West Virginia on the Sunday or you're or Wednesday Night Dynamite, you're dealing with moving targets of shit that happens and attitudes that change your show from week to week, no matter what the grand plan is. On top of production, that's been the biggest eye-opening thing from this year, with the exposure that I personally had to many promotions of different levels, and that's been very, very eye-opening for me. And that's why when we judge, why the hell is WWE doing this? Why the hell is AEW doing this? It is like, no, they're still people wrapping their heads around pro wrestling stories.
And I think also there's a particular psyche to a pro wrestler that is so unique. You have to be there's a certain level of healthy ego you have to be in that business, and there is a balancing act of like what you need to get done versus balancing this person's feelings and balancing their career, because it is their livelihood. It's what they're making their money on. And we've seen it on an independent level too. Like, I've personally seen it of just running into cases of where it's just like, if we could all just get on the same page, if we can all just agree that we have the same goal and the same mission, and we're not trying to screw you over.
That's why I love, and I talked about this with VCW, which like it feels like everybody's here, and we're just like, we're all here to put on a show, guys. Like, and it's a good vibe. Like, it's and some other promotions are like that too. And it's just like there's like ones that are good about like having a good locker room and cutting out the bullshit people and attitudes, And
but you're always gonna get it in some.
Oh yeah. Even even in any of those good locker rooms, there's always like one person that's having a bad night or life or whatever that brings everything else down. And it's just how you react to that. Kind of determines whether a locker room kind of, continues to be a good place everybody wants to be at.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's the intangible that a lot of people don't get to see, but we hear about in the dirt sheets that Chachi avoids.
Yeah, I try to avoid it. They still pop up in my, hey, maybe you'd like to read this bullshit feed on Facebook. And I'm just like, no, I don't want to read this because it's bullshit.
He's really affected by this. Okay.
I really am. No matter how many times I say don't recommend, this shit still comes up as recommended. And I'm just like, I thought I said no.
Hi, you like wrestling. Here's some more wrestling. Yeah. There you go.
But it's almost like the person running Twitter doesn't know what the fuck they're doing.
So I've worked with a lot of different, not as many as Sorg, but I've worked with a lot of different locker rooms in indie wrestling. And even in the best locker room, you'll still have one or two people that are just think that they're better than they really are. A wrestler who I will not name, we were giving them a hard time about how hard it is to shoot them. And their response was, well, do better.
Okay.
Like, we were joking, and that was their response. Yeah. And I'm just like, all right, dude, we're good. We're done here.
Moving on.
Yeah. Once you understand that there are so many elements and so many pieces of the puzzle that come together to put something together, it's like, it's on all levels. Like, I've seen people on multiple levels do things right and wrong in terms of, from management to and to any level really. But it's really just a series of putting out fires, I think.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's what any of those are. Yeah, we just so much going on. Who wants to go next?
I got
do.
one.
Okay. Go
Okay,
ahead.
no, go ahead.
I was gonna say because initially I actually had something similar to what Chachi said, but one of the other things that one of the things that I learned / was reminded of is that there are just some venues for wrestling that you don't necessarily have to pay for the front row seat to get a good seat.
Mm-hmm.
I went to basically I'm pretty sure I ended up only going to 2 wrestling shows this year, but they were really good ones. I went to the Dynamite at the Kia Forum. I had pretty much all the way at the back, up, but it was still a good seat because of the layout of the.
That's
forum.
like, was your back against the wall on that one?
Pretty much, yeah.
That's what I had for Forbidden Door in Chicago. Yeah,
Yeah.
I loved it.
And I got to go to the most recent PWG show at the Globe in LA. The furthest back row in on the floor, still a good seat in terms of just getting a good view of the ring and the wrestlers and all that. Yeah. So it's there are just some venues that you don't have to worry about paying $50+ for a front row seat, even $100 or more, depending on what show it is. You still get a good seat, and it's always nice to have that.
I'm either third row if it's smaller indie show or bleachers if available. That's always my kind of go-to.
Yeah.
So, excellent. Thank you, Mike. What would you have? We'll go with you next.
Yeah. So I, especially given this year, to paraphrase one of the greats, just when you think wrestling has the answers, just when you think you have the answers about wrestling, it changes the questions.
That's for
Because, I was trying to think of the biggest stuff that happened this year, and you could do a "We Didn't Start the Fire" about wrestling just about this year.
Is that a challenge for the new year to write that, Mike?
It might be.
Okay. All right, we'll work on that. And we'll see about somebody
if that was a Christmas song, let's just say you might have a different video.
I think that'd be a good January deal. So.
Oh God, no. Not January. It's gonna take really long.
Listen, brother, we'll collaborate. Let's start a Google Doc and see what we can do with it.
We'll get Chat GPT on the case.
There you go. There you go. AI that shit.
No, but seriously, just do you remember 13 years ago when Stone Cold Steve Austin unretired and main evented WrestleMania? Any other year, that would have been the top story in wrestling.
Yeah.
It almost wasn't the top story of that WrestleMania.
Yeah. Yep.
Sami Zayn also got caught in a giant mousetrap. and there's going to be a figure of it.
Oh, sweet. I need to get that. That's amazing.
Yeah. The figure, they're going to have a giant mousetrap in the figure.
Well, I was gonna say, do they have I gotta imagine you would do the full rings step with all of the the hand and that's what I would, just throwing that out there. I'm leaving it.
As far as I know, it's just the mousetrap.
The mousetrap is great, even though it was completely the one thing that was completely botched from that match, even though it was a great match. But that was a trip being there live for that one.
So glad I got to get you guys again.
But any other year.
Yeah, you could tell me something that I watched happen, and I still wouldn't believe it at this point. Mike is 100% right. There's so much shit that happened this year that I wouldn't believe half of it if you told me. Austin versus Kevin Owens main evented a night of WrestleMania.
Oh, did it soar?
I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. I think that's a thing that happened.
I see no visual evidence.
I know
of this
visual.
fact.
Yeah, definitely no
This is a
visual
Mandela effect. This is
But I'm pretty sure that's a Mayhem Mania match we've made. I'm not even joking at all. and that was in April, and there were at least 10 stories that came out after that. They're just like.
Emily, what did you learn from the year in wrestling? Oh no, was that the wrong order?
I learned two major things. Well, actually, really one major. Well, I learned what will make a billionaire wrestling promotion owner look like they want to kill themselves in front of a press room following a major pay-per-view event.
This was a big year for awkward moments for million and billionaires, wasn't it?
And delightful.
Yes.
If
Hey,
you
you
wanted
know
to see
what?
billionaires squirm, this was a great year.
If
Which
you
I
eat
do.
the rich, they taste like cupcakes.
Yeah. or muffins.
I was gonna say
Muffins. Excuse me. Yeah.
So I learned that. It was great. And I also learned, so I'm not a WWE watcher. I never really watched it aside from a couple months when I was 13. And I don't watch it now aside from occasional check-ins for my show. And so I never really understood what it was like to be like kind of a like beholden to weekly time slot television until AEW Dynamite came around and I hitched my wagon to AEW. And so I discovered that I discovered what that lure of a weekly wrestling show on basic cable is. And as a result, there are promotions that do stellar women's wrestling. There are, international promotions. Obviously, there's a ton of Joshi. There's Impact that has, for a more major wrestling company, has the best women's division out there. I don't watch any of these on the regular, but I watch AEW, and every week I complain about AEW's women's division and what they do with it or don't do with it. And yet, the thing I watch most reliably is AEW. So now I understand, in some small way, why you all continue to watch WWE for as long as you do. Because I now understand when you pick your horse, you're staying on that horse, even though it keeps failing at every chance it gets to like book substantially and consistently.
And sometimes there's an actual horse,
Sometimes-
like at AEW.
Sometimes there's
Yes.
actual horses, and sometimes those horses die.
What?
Oh, that's right.
What?
Yeah, the one horse that is dead.
Sorg didn't know this.
No, this is what I learned. What the hell?
This happened a long time ago. Are you talking about Hangman's horse?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the horse
you
that-
know.
in
Oh,
fact, there was a
no.
great tweet from Trent Beretta that said, "Sorry about your dead horse."
Oh, no. I thought that was just because he kept bitching about being lonely during COVID.
No, his horse died.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. Okay.
Yeah, it didn't happen this year, so don't worry.
Oh.
We don't count that
Oh.
among the 2022 body count.
Oh, good.
That horse died a while back.
Oh, no.
It's been a horsey heaven.
It's
It's about
okay,
to move
Sorg.
way
It's in a
down.
big farm upstate.
It went to a farm. It went to a wrestling promotion out in the country, and you won't.
And you know what?
Can't
And
visit,
Sorg,
but it's
Sorg.
very happy.
Sorg, you know who's riding it right now? El Generico. Riding them.
As long as it didn't go to the farm from Nope. Eamon, can you bring this up a little bit?
Did you? I really hope you just didn't spoil Nope for me. It's been too long. It's
You
fine.
see it in the trailer.
It's-
I swear it's in the trailer.
Okay,
you
it's-
know the horse isn't gonna make it.
To be fair, there are 80 different trailers.
Go watch it on the cock.
They own a horse farm. There's several horses.
It comes with everybody's cable now.
I know. I've waited too long.
You watch WrestleMania, watch Nope on the cock.
Highly recommend.
Can we not call it the cock?
Oh yeah, we've been calling it the cock.
The
Yeah, the
appropriate
day-
Welcome back to the show.
Peacock,
Appropriate
the day they named
pronunciation
it
is
the Peacock.
peacock.
No,
Peacock.
watch it on the peacock.
Peacock.
No,
Peacock.
the day they named it Peacock, that gave us permission to call it the cock.
That is absolutely correct. No,
That's
I'm
their
with you.
fault.
I'm with
Well,
you.
actually,
I think
I
Seth
like
Rollins
saying
did
it.
once. Yeah.
I like doing more of those.
Amen. What'd you learn from wrestling this year?
I learned so much. No, I was gonna like to sort of piggyback off of a couple people's. I learned that wrestling is very messy, and I think we've learned that a lot this year.
Especially in West Virginia.
Well, that's another story. But no, I think there were so many times with all the chaos this year in terms because to sort of what Mike was saying, like this has been a very chaotic year in pro wrestling in terms of sort of the big arching stories of everything that's happened. And I think, I don't know, some people saw a lot of Twitter dialogue as well about this sort of being like an unheard of time, and I think that is true. But I also think back, and I you know, I've talked before. I got into wrestling at like the tail end of like the heyday. You know, I started in 2002, a time where everyone was saying that wrestling was dying as sort of the thing that everyone was, you know, attracted to in the sense. But I feel like if I was watching wrestling in like the late 90s or early 2000s, the stuff that was happening there and the fires that were having to be put out, the stuff that we know about now, you know, with documentaries and stuff like that, like, I feel like it's pretty much on that same level. And part of me is enjoying it in a way, as much as chaotic as it is, because it is so interesting to see it with sort of new eyes and new lenses of
Because he's a messy bitch.
I know, and also I'm a messy bitch, but no, I genuinely think that it's cool. It's interesting how certain things sort of repeat themselves in cycles when it comes to pro wrestling, and I think a lot of the stuff like the Vince stuff, the whole the press conference thing at AEW, the Sasha and Naomi leaving, which is like crazy. That's like the third story. Is like we see that a lot in wrestling in past decades, and I think it's interesting to see what wrestling learns from those mistakes and what they don't, and what just keeps repeating itself. But it makes for a really interesting time to be a wrestling fan at this point. I think maybe 5 or 6 years ago, the higher quality of in-ring content was what was keeping me like sort of be like, oh, wrestling's really cool again, I can stick with this. And now it's sort of that plus all this outside stuff and not knowing what's going to happen. It's a really interesting time to be a wrestling fan.
Yeah, I do feel like there's been more fatigue when it came to some of the drama, though. Like, aside from let's take the Punk example. Like, aside from the initial, like, what happened? What did he say? What was he eating? What was going on?
What happened to the dog?
There was a dog? Who got bit? How many people got bit? A dog got bit? Who got bit?
Who's the journalist?
Yeah, exactly. Wait, who's fired? Who's still under?
Who has their mom's bank account?
That is the most of all the things dropped in that. The most bizarre. But I do think aside from that initial bluster of like everyone being like, okay, I want to unpack all of this, there was about after a couple of days there kind of was like a fatigue with it of like, anything we liked from the show we watched is gone.
Yeah.
Any momentum that they could have possibly had from this, which was a solid pay-per-view, not like their best, but it was a solid pay-per-view, is eclipsed by all of this. And also all these main eventers, these big guys in the company are now in tenuous ground, suspension indefinitely. Who knows who's going to get fired? And I think there was a much quicker sense of like, can we move on? Can we get back on track?
Get back to the wrestling.
Remember,
which is funny because
I think it was hard to move on. I think it was hard to move on from that though, because there wasn't the transparency.
Yeah.
Like at least with, I'd say by and large with WWE, if there's something, there's at least some kind of statement on WWE.com or through the PR form or something like that, where you get some sort of transparency as to what's going on. With this, it was like, we have new trios champions, we have a new world champion on the pay-per-view. By the time we get to Dynamite, all of those titles are vacated, all of those people are gone, and there was no explanation.
To your larger point,
if you're an AEW fan and not on the internet, you don't know what the fuck happened.
Yeah.
To your larger point of like the fact that these were like also the biggest names in the company and like the top stars.
Yeah.
I even think back to when the Vince stuff happened. Like, remember the fact that like that SmackDown where we didn't know that Brock was gonna show up at all, and like pieced out like maybe 30 minutes before the show started. Like, that was a time where it was just like, it's one thing like. And that's not to downgrade someone like Sasha or Naomi, who are obviously in very important parts, particularly Sasha, who was, I would say one of the top female talents they had there. Like, when it wasn't just the low-level guys, we had a period where, when you see disgruntledness or where you see the sort of messy elements of wrestling, you saw it with guys, and particularly in WWE years ago, who maybe didn't get their shot or didn't, were on a lower talent level. And when you started to see the cracks, unfolding across the wrestling world with like the top level talents, that's where I think it becomes so much more intriguing in that way. But I also agree with you in the sense of like, there was this sense of like, okay, let's keep the ball rolling. Let's not like.
And poor
you know,
Mox had to not take his time off.
Yeah.
Yes,
That's right.
poor
Fox
Moxley.
needs his vacation.
Although that guy does not want to take time off because he's been given every opportunity to take a hiatus and he does not. But yeah, I think my larger point is that like not even lack of transparency, all of that completely legit points. But like I was surprised by how quickly all of us kind of wanted to just proceed and like get back on track because we are all messy bitches who live for the drama, and yet we weren't in this case. We were like in it for a day or two, and then it was like, okay, I want the updates when there's legit updates, but right now we're just speculating. Can we please like?
I think
we
it was
have something real now.
I think it was also interesting seeing like how quickly, to your point, like we transitioned to almost the moving on, but also the ability to sort of make jokes about it too.
Yeah.
Like the amount of time it took to transition to the making fun of Ace Steel turning into a dog and biting people was very quick. And I think
I'm pretty sure I saw an Animorphs meme of him too.
Yes.
which
I-
really
yes.
made me laugh.
I'm here for
think-
any
I think the
Animorphs
difference
reference.
here
I mean,
it is because it involved CM Punk, who is notoriously the biggest drama queen in professional wrestling.
but people forgot
So-
about that for a long
Yeah.
time.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, and then it happened again, and we're just like, oh, he's back on his bullshit, so let's just move on.
the mystique
And then-
mystique and the rose-colored glasses kind of like came off for people.
Yeah.
And like that,
Until someone said that the dog got hit,
Yes.
then I got pissed.
oh yes.
Like, you abuse a dog, then you're fucking done.
That's right.
Okay, but the dog was asking for it. Okay.
Oh,
No,
whoa.
he was not.
Hey, if he didn't bring the dog to the arena,
Unpopular opinion: don't bring your dog to work.
Yeah.
I would. Bring
Sorry
my,
about
I do
it.
bring my dog.
You
to
can
work
direct
every
your
day.
feedback to the Grit and Glitter podcast.
Hey, is it a service animal? Does it have therapeutic purposes? CM Punk, leave your dog at home.
I mean, he might need one because clearly he's got some emotional damage
that's-
that he needs to
Oh.
deal with.
and that was the thing
I
that
mean, for real.
That was
Both
the-
of them need thunder shirts now.
that was the thing that really wasn't even talked about was him bringing the dog out before the show started. Because of the whole press conference stuff, people forgot about that he was like,
Remember
So-
the dog got loose in the arena?
oh yeah, but like that he got so in my conspiracy brain, this isn't a fact, but like that he got so in his head about all the stuff that was building up with like them going to the dirt sheets and Hangman's promo and all that stuff that he got so upset about it that he felt that he needed to bring the dog in order to like make sure the crowd would cheer him. Like I'm fully in that camp.
I don't want to make like comparison to comparison, but I'm just saying we didn't have this situation with Pharaoh when Cody was around.
Yeah.
No, but poor Pharaoh was scared by the pyro.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Who's the goodest
Poor
boy?
Pharaoh.
Pharaoh is the
Who's
sweetest
good as
boy,
boy?
and a certified
I
therapy
can't
dog.
wait until. By the way, my prediction for WWE this year may or may not involve Pharaoh.
We'll get into it. By the way, I ran into somebody that had a Pharaoh T-shirt. I think at Raw, in Dallas, and it was just so great to see all those shirts in the wild. Anyways, Merlin, I think you have not gone yet. I
That
think
is
you're.
true,
I
I
think
have
you're the
not.
last one.
What I have learned from wrestling this year. So I am kind of new back into wrestling. I watched it when I was a kid. So coming back in, Eamon reintroduced me into wrestling. So I'm still trying to find kind of my connection outside of, hey, my husband loves this. Let's watch this. But I've really settled on what I love about wrestling this year is the storylines, the acting. Like I come from a performance background and specifically with music, but a little bit of theater. And I feel like you can be the best or pretty awful in the ring, but if you believe the story you're telling and you like sell the story, we're in. Like you don't have to be the best worker, but I need you to believe in your character, and I need you from the second you walk out on that stage to the second you walk back in to believe every bit of your gimmick. And I just believe people are not doing that as much anymore. And you can tell the people that are passionate about more than just the physicality and the people that are not. And it's a huge separation in the quality of my enjoyment, because if you're not into the character, I'm not into what you're doing in the ring. I don't give a shit if you're the flippiest person ever. If you don't sell your gimmick, if you don't sell your story, I don't care.
It's like the spirit of Jim Cornette took over. No, I'm
Hey.
kidding.
No,
I'm kidding.
that's
I'm
well
kidding.
said, though.
Hey.
That's well said, though. That's
So what do
that's
you-
why Miz is
Looking
still
up
one of my
divorce
favorite
lawyers in
terms.
Pittsburgh.
Miz throws himself into everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like this Dexter Loomis story may not be, top tier storytelling, but the Miz puts it over like a motherfucker.
And I believe that man is a serial killer. Like, it's clear that he is a serial killer.
Oh yeah.
I do not doubt that.
No
That
normal
man-
person moves like that. Yes. Well, hey, let's bring it. Let's bring
Remember,
it.
Miz fought Gritty because he thought Gritty was Dexter
That's
Loomis.
right. That's right.
I forgot all about that.
I mean, that's you don't really need an excuse to fight Gritty.
And that's
So as we've alluded,
oh, Eamon's become a full Pittsburgher.
Leave
Yins
Gritty
or
alone.
whatever.
He is a wholesome, fuzzy creature. I bet he
Oh.
is soft AF.
He's just in the wrong city, Chachi.
He is
Yeah,
just in the
yeah.
wrong city.
can we adopt
That's-
him?
That is it. He's in the wrong city.
I think we'll have to
Kim-
kidnap him
But
first.
who would
yeah,
we
that's what we
replace?
need to do.
We have a penguin. We have a parrot.
Steely McBeam.
No,
Yeah.
he
Yeah,
is the
yeah.
city's
That's the point.
mascot. Like, we don't need him to be sports. He's the city's mascot.
Like lots of cities in Japan have their own mascots. Why don't we just have like a town mascot?
Sometimes I just
Yeah.
feel like a Gritty. You know?
I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes
Sometimes
you
you
kinda look
don't.
like one.
Yeah,
He's just,
yeah,
I
yeah.
bet he's so soft and cuddly.
Man,
I just
I
wanna
feel
pet
like
him.
a Gritty.
When have you seen me when I wake up in the morning? What is it? What? Anyways, speaking of some interesting sites, like I said, we did have a Christmas party this past weekend. I want to show some of the sights of this. We had a
Do
bit
we
of a
have to?
photo booth set up here. This is the pleasant part of it that nobody's seen yet. There's Dave Podner with the Usos celebrating Christmas. Let's see what else we got here. There's Bradley with Virgil for
Oh,
some
look,
reason.
two asses.
Oh,
A picture with Virgil where you didn't have to pay $40 for it.
yes, yes.
Or listen to Virgil.
It's-
Yeah.
I was saying I should bring this to the indie wrestling shows and charge like $5 for pictures with Virgil. Anyways, let's see. Here's Chest Flexor with himself. There you go. There you go. I'm sorry for audio. This is a very
Classic
visual concept.
Chest.
Don't worry. These will be on social media in the next couple of days. Corey Futuristic. I don't know what he's doing with Santa Claus there.
At least he's on the
He's
side.
really trying to get something for Christmas.
Looks like
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
being bopped on the head.
It does look like a little bit. Let's see what we got. We got Pump Ferrari also with Virgil. There you go. He refused to sing, by the way. Let's see. There's that real shoot asshole Zeke Mercer, also with the Usos. There's the part where we figured out the green plates work on the green screen, and my head disappeared. So I'm Alexa Bliss, and this is gotta be the best picture of the night.
The piece there.
Friends.
Hold on, I realized audio was going away for you guys out there. There you go. Show for the video feed. I think we lost our audio, but because I queued the wrong thing. But you get the idea. Yes, that is that again. Next year's Christmas card. Did you send that to him?
No, we need to.
Because
Oh,
I
no, I
know
need to.
you're in the loop. You worked with Keith a lot in the Texas area,
Yes,
right?
yes,
Down
yes,
in
yes.
Inspire. So
Yeah, and
I didn't mention Eamon is also. Like, because we haven't talked about this a lot. You are in wrestling. You are a commentator, and you've been working with VCW in West Virginia lately.
yeah, it's been really great getting to transition. It was I left Texas obviously. Shout out to everyone at Inspire AD. Obviously, people who I started with, and they're still my family. And
It was
still-
weird. There was a TikTok that popped up of something, and it was definitely like still you on commentary, and it kind of freaked me out.
Yeah, I think in the latest episodes is where we started transitioning to the new stuff. So it's been good to watch. But yeah, and then moving up here, and then Sorg helping get me in touch with VCW and getting started up here and kind of smooth transitioning from there. And it's been fun. It's been great seeing a lot of people who we've had on the podcast who you've told me about and who I've seen, and heard things about, and getting to see them actually wrestle. And it's been a fun time. West Virginia wrestling is, you put a lot of expectations on it in your head, but it's exceeded them.
I gotta say, what Beastman is doing down there with VCW is, I think he's bringing a lot of what we like about the Pittsburgh area wrestling.
Yeah.
He's definitely like, we need a good wrestling promotion down here, and they've built a lot of crazy stuff this year. So it's a lot of fun. I remember we had you on. We did the free stream on when we were trying stuff out with Fight, and we paired you with Jason Heat. I don't think we knew that was coming until he showed up, because I didn't think they had anybody. So it was like a weird $5 free show. So I didn't think they were commuting anybody in. And I remember you guys were cracking us up in the back so bad.
It was great having you on the headset.
Yeah.
It's like, normally I've recorded commentary in the past where you don't get to re-listen to it and sort of get the sense of it until after the fact. But like getting kind of like a laugh track in the back of your ear was at least knowing that we were doing something right.
Because I have a microphone that cocks the commentary usually. And I just I'm wearing that. I'm wearing communication with Ringside, and I put the microphone up, and and I don't realize how much I need to stop. I'm worried about what I'm saying about the MMA commentators now on that thing. But also, it's so loud when we're reacting to things sometimes. And
I got a close an extra listen during the tables match.
Oh, the tables match.
At the
now,
last pay-per-view.
I think it's officially viral tables match.
Is
by
it
the
really?
Way. 48,000 views on TikTok alone.
Wow.
Several thousand on a few other platforms. I'm getting comments on that video all the time, and I posted it like Tuesday. Late Monday I think it was. So yeah, it's incredible. And by the way, between you, compliments to the commentary on the TikTok video has been interesting.
Oh, well, that's nice. That's good to know.
Like, they're repeating things you guys were saying. Like, I think Jason said something like, "This table is amazing. I'm buying 40 of them." And of course, we went over the video last week on the show. So tune back in for that situation, or just look at the IndyWrestling.us. TikTok page or social media page, and it's on all of them. It's the one everybody's watching. I think it is time. Let me check my list here. We're skipping ads today. We got to move this show along.
It's Christmas.
It's Christmas. The best gift to give is IndyWrestling.us network to your friends. It makes great stocking stuffers. So go over and get some DVDs and digitals and subscriptions for your
Watch
for your
my
families.
work.
That's right. See Chachi's
Watch my work.
That's right. What are we doing next? Okay, I got a video. Hold on a second, Mike. Like I said, let me get this on the right thing. And I sent you a package, and this is going to apply to everybody here. So let me make sure this is up, and let's see if I can get this to work appropriately. This is this one, and we hit play.
Hi, Mayhem Show. So, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, Crazy Kwanzaa, Tip Top Tat, all that stuff. Sorg sent me a message that there was a package in the mail for me, and he requested that I open it on video. And, we got Raw going, we got the tree in the background with, some WWE stuff on there. Let's see. Okay. Oh my god. You asshole. I should have guessed that this is what this was. Let's see, where's the front? Alright. It's a fucking purple bucket hat. Sorg. I can't see what I look like right now. I'm going to guess I look terrible because I hate this hat. But my darling wife is filming this. How do I look in the hat?
Terrible.
See, exactly. Sorg, you've ruined Christmas. Thank you very much.
It's okay, Mike, because I like this hat.
I'm speechless. I'm sorry.
I like this hat. I hope I didn't disconnect them by accident. Oh no, I might have.
Mike is speechless.
Sorg.
Yes, yes, sir.
Ah!
I hate this fucking hat.
Well, it's okay, because you're not alone, because I got hats for everybody in the studio. I'm fucking Oprah, bitches! There you go, one for you! And let's see, here we go. Are you ready? Oh, Berlin is so happy right now. One for you! One for you!
I love the reaction on Eamon's face. Hands up and everything. Like, oh no.
I understand the reference.
I
Chachi.
regret using the internet during the show because Sorg,
Yes?
you used that link that I put in the chat room last week, didn't you?
Which link? Which link?
I put a link in the chat room for this fucking hat.
The one where it was $2.50?
Yep.
Yes. Ours
Yeah,
came today. Yes.
Okay, so my New Year's resolution.
Well, can I also say
No. This
your
is,
hat?
Sorg, this is important.
You
This
got
is
the.
important.
I want to say you got the expensive one though.
There's a tier.
Yes.
The-
His hat costs as much as all of our hats combined.
Whoa.
Sorg.
Yes. Yes, sir.
My New Year's resolution
Yes.
is when you are asking for things that I can easily find on the internet during the show, I'm just going to let you fucking hang out to dry. Your crack research department, well's dried up, buddy boy.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean,
all because of this fucking hat.
I still got like 3 iPhones and 2 iPads in front of me, so I think I
Yeah,
can
but
manage. I
Sorg,
got a
you
lot of
can
internet
barely
over
read
here.
the chat room sometimes.
But that is troublesome. There you go.
I don't know why you're complaining. I love this hat.
Well, okay.
I think it's really
I'll
working for me,
I'll
too.
say this. Everyone there looks lovely.
We look great.
They pull off the hat quite well. Bucket hats and my fat fucking head do not mesh well.
Mm-hmm.
It
I
does
look like
it does kind
a
of give your head
reject
an
from a
eraser
different world.
effect.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
Wait, a what effect?
Like an eraser on a pencil.
Yeah.
At least
Yeah.
yours will
Like,
go
if
on
you
your
take away
head.
the bill of that hat, you're a white kid in play.
Thank you. Yep. That's
I think you gotta own that, man.
pretty accurate.
I think the only
Like,
problem is you're in Christmas colors. I think if you kind
Yeah.
of played into it, you know what I mean?
No.
Dancing ain't gonna hurt nobody. Sorry, go ahead.
Stop singing. We'll get taken off YouTube. This works. This works.
Sorg.
I like this hat.
Sorg,
I like this hat.
Do I really get to
Sorg,
keep
I
this
hate this
hat?
hat.
Yeah, it's yours.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna have to split it up the back and add elastic in order for me
Hey,
to
whatever.
actually wear it.
It's the cheap one. So I mean, I'm sure this was straight from the sweatshop. So don't worry about it.
Oh great.
Oh,
Perfect.
So I mean, I'm pretty sure it was I'm pretty sure we found the clothingwish.com for this thing. So but anyways, so I feel bad because Chachi doesn't get the joke, does he?
No, I have no idea what's happening right now.
Go look at
Chachi,
Jake. Go look at Jake Hager's.
well, okay,
Twitter.
hold on. First, you need to know why you have to go look at Jake Hager's, because wasn't this hat a gift to Daniel Garcia?
No. So everybody remember the entire JAS came out in full purple suits with the hats, and he kept the hat
Because he liked that.
because he liked the hat.
I thought the hat was a present to Daniel Garcia.
Oh, I'm not aware of that.
No, Garcia has a very specific hat style. He wears the Kanga hats.
Yes.
No, but that was the point. Like, it was when Garcia was going to turn face and join with the BCC, and then for some random reason that made no storytelling sense, didn't.
See, I wish I haven't watched like the Ring of Honor pay-per-view. So I am behind. But Daniel Garcia used to have the old like Triple H like circa like late '99 like
Yeah, the Kanga hat.
the King of Hats. Like that hat works for him. This is the Jake Hager hat.
I mean, Chachi, you remember that
Yeah,
era.
but
rocked
this
Kangol
was
back
the
in
Daniel
day.
Garcia
You
hat.
did.
Yeah.
It was a
Daniel
nice,
Garcia
soft, fuzzy
rejected the
Kangol.
hat.
Yes.
Daniel Garcia rejected the hat. First, Daddy Magic Mike Menard grabbed it.
Are you
He
reading a
tweeted-
Wikipedia about
he-
the hat?
He wrote the
He
Wikipedia
tweeted,
about
"One
the hat.
man's trash is another man's
Pro
treasure,"
Wrestling
and he was
Wiki
wearing
has
the
a
hat.
article written by Mad Mike.
And then Jake Hager took the hat and said, "I like this hat."
Hmm.
So yeah, so
I'm just so.
so this hat not only looks terrible on it, it also represents AEW's shitty storytelling.
Oh, it's what I
I'm gonna
love.
disagree with some of the storytelling. I feel like you really wove a story with that hat,
Mhm,
and now I feel much better informed about the hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
And I'm
have
proud
to say
wear
it
this
can't be.
hat.
It can't be too terrible of storytelling because I am enthralled by the history of this hat. that you just
That's
told me.
because
I wish I
am an
would have seen
amazing
it live.
storyteller.
No lie, I feel like I could like develop a thesis statement of how I feel that Jake Hager Orange Cassidy match on Dynamite was the best match of the year. Like, and I know that's a controversial opinion.
Honestly, in 15 years, there will
Wait,
be a documentary
disrupt,
about
disrupt
this hat.
all of your match of the year polls because Abe's got a.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. There you go.
Yeah,
There
forget
you
your
go.
Okadas, forget your
Yeah.
Ospreys, Hager, and Orange Cassidy. Boom.
Oh man.
And in 15 years, we'll get a Dark Side of the Ring about this hat.
Yes. This hat is all elite. All right. Well, nobody else has to, but I'm wearing it for the rest of the show. Merry Christmas. Anyways.
Okay, this is actually hurting my brain a little bit. Switch back to my other hat.
Well, I mean,
Well, because you have it on with headphones, I'm sure it's kind of getting a little squeezy over there.
never
So
mind.
I was gonna
get
say,
it.
yeah.
Christmas.
The
Christmas, I
headphones are
won't
tight
insult
within it,
Mad
but I'm
Mike.
powering.
Yeah,
through
it's
it.
not really made for.
I have
Just,
pigtails, so
no,
it's
no,
just
everybody's shedding the hat up. It's just. Well, you already have antlers on, so
Yeah, and I have my like.
you got
like,
a lot
Also,
going on. You got a lot
Your
of. You
hair
gotta-
is purple.
yes,
so
it matches
it's
the
like
hat.
Yeah, it's like you're already wearing the hat.
I almost yelled perfect when I saw your hair when you walked in. So I should have realized it from the tweet earlier. Sorry about that.
I'm really excited about this hat. Thank you so much. I
Hey,
can't
Sword.
wait to show
I'm
my
gonna
husband.
walk into the next Enjoy show and she's gonna be sporting the fucking hat.
And I will look fucking
Sorry, I like
cool.
this hat.
That's good. Wear it with that. What's that jacket you wore the one time?
My Hiromu jacket.
Yeah.
I also have the FTR one now.
Oh.
Yeah, it was an early.
Oh, I
Christmas
saw
present.
that FDR one at New York Comic Con. That's really
Yeah,
nice.
it was an early Christmas present for my husband. He bought me when they came out with the jacket. He bought it right away because for months, every time they would come out of those jackets, I'd be like, once they sell it, I'm totally buying it. And then they did,
Apparently,
and they
there
did.
is also a Four Horsemen jacket coming out. So-
I'm aware, and I'm really upset about it because I have no more money for jackets. there's a newer Hiromu jacket that I would love, and I can't afford it.
Especially those New Japan prices. Holy crap.
Oh, yeah.
It's
No,
still expensive when they come here too.
And the jackets are just like windbreakers. They're not.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
not
yeah.
like they're appropriate for like 2 months of Pittsburgh weather.
Oh, they had the G1 Climax ones when we went up and did the Times Square show. Oh my gosh! So, like they weren't selling it, but they were wearing it.
Yeah.
I was like, but yeah, I finally wore in the public the my 50th anniversary jacket Missy got me from DC though. That is a comfy jacket, and I lost some weight, so I fit in it better. So, anyways, and I didn't get any food on it. That's why I don't wear it anywhere. Hey, we got our predictions for this year. So this is the part where we and there's a lot of people on here that are not getting aren't here to defend themselves. Holy shit. Why apparently the title for last year's show was White Van of Mayhem.
Okay.
All right, there's that. So here are the predictions for 2022. So we'll see how close they got this. The Mad Wife Lisa apparently participated last year, Mike.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
Charlotte will leave WWE. Practically.
We're kind of there.
Kinda.
We're kind of there.
Bray Wyatt will return to WWE.
Got that one.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Well, Bianca beats Becky for the title,
Okay.
That did
Yep.
happen.
and Carmella and Corey Graves will break up.
All right. So 3 for 4. That's pretty good.
Hey, they've still got a week.
Anything can happen.
Look, you don't know what's going to happen at Christmas in the Polinsky household. Ronnie Stark says The whole family was there at SmackDown, even though Corey wasn't working, by the way. But anyways, Ronnie Stark says Pittsburgh indie wrestlers will get more TV time. Yeah, I'd say so, including Katie Arquette brick rooting AEW and WWE Raw in one night. So, at least 2 Pittsburgh wrestlers get signed. Were there any new signings this year?
Lee
Lee was a
Lee.
new one this year?
this year.
I'm pretty
Yeah, I
sure.
think it was this year.
Where that was
And-
last year?
99.
And didn't Lady Frost get signed to Impact?
Not
That
this
was
year,
last year.
That was last
She
year.
got
That
let
was
go
last
this year.
Yeah, they got let go. She's
Thea
in Semi.
Hale.
See,
Oh yeah, Thea Hale, of course.
Thea Hale got
yeah.
signed. Cole Carter got signed.
There we go.
Re-signed to AEW, yes.
Yeah, he got signed twice.
There you
so,
go.
I mean, he alone covered
That
that.
is blowing my mind that that's all this year.
Yeah.
But I gotta, wow. I do not know time.
I love Thea Hale.
Let's see, and Riz will continue to forget his joke book. Riz forgot to show up, so.
It fits.
Actually, he did forget his joke book last time he was on. He had to look up.
That is true. That is true. Joe Dombrowski was apparently on the show last year. And he says NXT bumped from prime time or cut down to an hour. Did not happen. Dynamite overtaking the WWE Raw 18-21 in ratings. I don't think they did.
I don't think so.
No, I don't
What does
think.
Joe Dombrowski know? Another promotion will get TV time. I don't think there were any changes.
wow, on the syndication. network.
Wow, on syndication. Yeah.
Find him on Sinclair Broadcasting to the CBS.
MLW moving to Pro Wrestling TV.
Yeah.
Leah Moriarty will be the best wrestler and stubbornly not admit it. That's accurate all the time.
That's probably true.
Yeah, that's true. Farnsworth was apparently on the show last year. The main event signed to a national company. How the fuck has that not happened yet?
Not happening.
That's a travesty.
Why are they not? How does Impact have not? Like, how are they not?
Right,
Impact? Like,
right.
What?
New Japan Pro Wrestling America inroads to national product through touring or television. I would say touring. They are back on pay-per-view. I know intimately. Funky Joey D is still funky.
I would say if he's Funky Joey D, then yes.
Sure.
Not
There you
familiar,
go.
But I assume.
I'll test his funkiness next week when we go to Chicago.
Bring a smock.
You do know our road trips. Riz said, I've had many adventures with Joe Dombrowski over the last decade. So, Riz said a year ago, wrestling show streamed from G4.
You know.
Yeah, about G4. That didn't
Well,
happen.
technically it did.
Yeah.
Technically, it did.
Wait.
gave us-
Hold on. Put a pin in that for a second. There's more to that. Put a pin
It
in that
gave
for a
us
moment.
one of the best finishes of the year.
It did. Somebody from Pittsburgh will win a championship in a major promotion.
Hey, yeah. Someone from Pittsburgh.
Wardlow.
Wardlow. I mean, I
Ward-
don't bill him from Pittsburgh, but he's from Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Wait. I think he's Pittsburgh representing. Absolutely. I mean, he's one of ours.
One of ours.
Where
You've
where
claimed
was
him,
I?
and much like we are going to claim Critty, you have claimed Wardlow.
Somebody has licked him along the way. Triple H asked for his release.
Riz with his finger on the pulse.
Yes,
2022.
Mad Mike.
Huh?
Someone from AEW will main event a WWE pay-per-view.
What?
Bing, 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 bing,
Cody
bing.
Rhodes. Right?
Adrenaline in my soul. One prediction, Cody Rhodes.
The party will be reunited on G4.
Oh, so close.
They reunited, though.
They reunited. They reunited on Twitch.
Close enough.
I think if G4 hadn't gone under, that would have come through.
CM Punk and Bryan Danielson two-man power trip to win all AEW titles. Wah, wah,
Thanks,
wah.
CM Punk, for ruining Mike's
You got,
prediction.
you get so close though. Like
Yeah.
there was parallel tracks there. It-
To be
And-
fair, CM Punk did have a power trip.
There you go. Half point. A friend
Half
of the
point,
show. A friend of the show will become a world champion.
Who has won championship?
A world champion.
World
Not in WWE. Not in
No, not
NXT.
WWE.
Not
Was
in
Josh Alexander ever a friend of the show? No.
Wait, yeah, I think so.
We probably interviewed
I
him
went. I
once.
was going through the indie wrestling, and it's one of those like I was like, oh shit, we interviewed Danhausen. Like I think I saw Johnny Alexander in it because he came in for a super indie, and I'm pretty sure we grabbed him around then.
That counts.
That counts.
Sure. Yes.
Yes.
Huzzah.
I'll double check that, but I'm pretty sure I found him in the thing. I have no recollection of this. Somebody showed me a backyard wrestling match that I was a part of.
Oh, jeez.
A couple weekends ago, and I have absolutely no recollection of being there.
Was this the one they they showed you at VCW?
Yeah. It was like I was in a battle royal at night at that person's house. I do not remember that scenario at all. Anyways, this is like 20 years ago. Let's see who's next. Oh, me. Lee will become TNT champion.
Not yet.
STP will go to a new company together. Technically, not together, but a couple of them popped up on Revenge. Mexican wrestling. Wait, why did I just say Mexican wrestling?
Just Mexican wrestling.
That it will continue to exist.
I mean, there are plenty
Ding,
of
ding, ding,
Mexican
ding, ding.
people wrestling.
They continue to exist.
Well, Sorg, you have cracked the code on how to make these predictions happen. Just say words that will continue to be words in the next year.
Continue typing. Dave Podner is in the chat room, and he had predicted. Did Britt become champ this year, or was she? She was already champ.
No, she was.
champ.
Yeah,
She was
and
Who's already champ?
let's see. Oh, I'm not repeating that one. Potter says NXT will go back to WWE Network and Peacock.
No.
Roman will still be champ.
That
Ding, ding,
is
ding.
true.
Ding,
That's
ding.
Ding, ding, ding.
3 main AEW championship changes.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely more than 3.
Yes.
In one night.
Yeah,
Most
definitely.
of them to Moxley.
Yeah.
Yeah. All
Also,
right.
when you create a brand new set of belts and then you give them to people and then you have to suspend them indefinitely, that's pretty fun change.
Yes. Tina said Thunder Rosa to hold major championship.
Yes.
She did.
Done.
Happened.
She did. Darby and Strong with tag titles.
Sting,
Sting.
Strong.
Wow, I was
Darby and Roger
think
Strong.
It's strong.
There was some bold
This
predictions.
is the problem.
Darby and Sting's non-union Mexican equivalent string.
This is what happens when I have predictions at the end of the show on the show where I drink. Yeah, we need this is why I need a producer. Recent release debuts at Revolution. I don't remember who was recently released.
Oh,
Probably.
everyone?
Probably.
Everyone.
Let's just give you a yes by default.
Yeah, sure.
Because probably they did. Brian Danielson will be on New Japan Strong. That did not happen.
No.
Unfortunately.
Didn't even happen for Forbidden Door because of injury. So
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, we're still waiting
So
for that.
close. Those were our predictions from a year ago. Swerve and Keith Lee popped up
hey,
at Revolution. So there you go.
There you go.
Acknowledge me and my predictions, says Bonner. All right. What's next on the list?
Sorg's got a list. Well, no, he
I
already
got a
made
list.
Now
that.
he's checking it. He's checking it
Twice.
And I'm
twice.
checking it twice,
gotta
baby.
find out.
Oh yeah. Next is Mad Mike's favorite time of the year.
Yeah.
So every
Yeah,
year,
buddy. Here we
Mad
go.
Mike has brought the joy of song for Christmas to the show for so many years. And this year's this is the 3rd annual wrestler provided 12 Days of Mayhem. Mike writes the lyrics. We go to our Mayhem family out there, and you will hear the voices. I'm going to tell you now, since for everybody that's on audio, friends of the show, Yinza the Pittsburgh Luchador, our friends from Top Rope Tabletop, that's Justin Idol, Keith Hott, Tatiana, and Tony Kincaid. Marcus Twist from Saturday Night Special is on here. And let's see, who am I? I feel like Drew Shannon, who has not been on the show, but we know him from Prospect Pro Wrestling and 247 Fighting Championship. And he works with Eclipse and AON out in Altoona, actually. And he is fantastic, and he needs to be on the show, actually. So we need to have a conversation about that. So this will be his debut. So with that, Mike, do you have anything you want to say while I'm transitioning here?
I always love this part of the show because It's so weird. It's always so weird. I believe last year there was a baby. I think
What?
there was also a puppet.
I think. Are you talking about? Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! It's going. Okay. Are you talking about the cat? I don't think there was a baby. I don't remember.
I
a
thought
baby.
there was a child or a baby.
Was
There
this
shouldn't be children on this show.
was
No.
this the child that we discovered at the?
No!
SCB?
No!
No, we're not getting into that.
Oh,
That's
man.
not canon.
All
That
right,
is
it's not canon. All right, here we go. 12 days of mayhem.
You changed
Thank
the topic
you.
really
You're
fast.
welcome, and I'm
really defensive.
sorry.
Yeah, Sorg, what are you hiding?
Babies in the closet.
Merry Christmas to you and yours from Marcus Twist and my cool sweater.
Merry Christmas from Yinzo the Pittsburgh Luchador.
This Christmas carol is scheduled for 12 days. On the first day of Christmas, the Mayhem gave to me an acknowledgement of the tribal chief.
Oh no! The Mayhem gave to me to see us an acknowledgement of the tribal chief.
On the third day of Christmas, Mayhem gave to me 3 interim champions, 2 UC hosts, and acknowledgement of the tribal chief.
On the fourth day of Christmas, the Mayhem gave to me 4 tweets to Tony, 3 interim champions, 2 UC hosts, and an acknowledgement of the tribal chief.
On the 5th day of Christmas, the Mayhem gave to me 5 big questions.
4 tweets to Tony, 3 interim champions, 2 UC hosts, an acknowledgement of the tribal chief.
On the 6th day of Christmas, Mayhem gave to me
6 Mindy's cupcakes.
5 big questions.
4 tweets to Tony, 3 interim champions, 2 UC hosts,
And an acknowledgement of the tribal chief.
Man, there's a lot going on.
On the 7th day of Christmas, the Mayhem gave to me
Now we're looking at 4 cross.
5
It's 5 big questions.
4 tweets to Tony, 3 interim champions, 2 UC hosts.
An acknowledgement of the tribal chief.
On the 8th day of Christmas, the Mayhem gave to me 8 slices from Broadway.
7 shakes, bangers, 6 Mindy cupcakes.
5 big questions.
4 tweets to Tony, 3 interim champions, 2 UC hosts.
An acknowledgement of the tribal chief. That's a lot.
On the 9th day of Christmas, Mayhem gave to me
9 scrummers scrumming.
8 slices from Broadway, 7 Seamus bangers, 5 big questions.
4 tweets to Tony, 3 interim champions, 2 UC hosts. An acknowledgement from the tribal chief.
On the 10th day of Christmas, the Mayhem gave to me 10 calls for boss time. Fuck Colt Cabana.
Broadway, 7 Seamus bangers.
Got some more cupcakes.
5 big questions.
4 tweets to Tony, 3 interim champions, 2 UC hosts.
And acknowledgement of the tribal chief.
On the 11th day of Christmas, the Mayhem gave to me 11 rehires for trips.
10 calls for boss time.
You know his mother and him had the same bank account, right?
Seamus bangers, 6 Mindy's cupcakes, 5 big questions.
4 tweets to Tony, 3 intern champions, 2 Uzi hosts, and an acknowledgement from the tribal chief.
On the 12th day of Christmas, Mayhem gave to me
12 AEW titles.
11 rehires from trips, 10 calls for boss time,
Yeah, we're done here.
8 slices from Broadway, 7 Seamus bangers, 6 Mindy's cupcakes, 5 big questions.
4 tweets to Tony,
4 tweets to Tony, 3 interim champions, 2 1 acknowledgement of the tribal chief.
Of the tribal.
Christmas. Yinza love ya.
What better way to bring in Christmas cheer than to drink all kinds of beers? But I kind of drank all mine.
There you go, Mad Mike.
What the actual fuck did I just watch?
I don't know if it's because the hat is so tight, but that last chorus was a lot in these headphones.
That was wonderful.
I try to give them all the tools to be in sync together, and I can only
wouldn't-
do so much with editing in the time I have on hands.
It wouldn't be a Mayhem show without something that went off the rails, though, right?
Yeah, 100%.
man.
That was a Christmas classic.
Mike, how do you
the
feel?
The random fuck Colt Cabana. I'm so glad I wasn't drinking.
Committing to the
I
bit
would've-
and wearing the CM Punk shirt and everything.
Drew is
yeah.
the MVP
Oh,
this
man.
year.
Yeah.
Drew is definitely
Yeah, no.
the
He
MVP
had
this
set
year.
dressing. He had costume changes.
Oh
It,
my
oh,
He had
it was
props.
a tour de force, and I give it 5 stars. That was
Every one
beautiful.
of those videos he sent, he's like, I don't know if you want to use this, but and I'm like, looking at it, I'm like, yeah, I want to fucking use this.
I want his Christmas special like now, next year, just like his Christmas.
So he
special.
gets a Christmas special next year, Mayhem Christmas special.
Yeah,
Okay,
like,
all
yeah,
right. The
like-
Drew F and Shannon.
Also-
By the way, he has a pro wrestling tee store, and because he walked out after the show because he dresses up nice for the MMA show. He also dresses nice for the wrestling too, but he dresses up in the ECW styled Drew F and Shannon shirt, and I'm like, you got your own fucking T-shirt, dude? You're the announcer. He's like, yeah, I'm on pro wrestling tees. I'm like, what the fuck? So, but yeah, go check out Drew there. And again, shout out to Keith, Tatiana, Tyler Klein made a cameo at the end. Justin Idol, One Cool Cat on Twitter, and of course Marcus
Yinza.
Twist of Saturday Night Special. And who am I missing there?
And
Yinza.
Yinza.
And Yinza.
Yeah.
Who-
I will say, hearing an official ring announcer say on the 12th, like that was powerful.
He was my base. He was my base for
That
this
was
thing.
powerful
Like
stuff.
he was like, I just need he's where nothing else makes sense.
Yeah.
I need Drew to bring it back in, right?
powerful.
And I
Great.
feel Yinza did his. If you're on audio, he was on the Overlook up in Washington,
Also-
and you saw one of them in there, but there's one where the girl there's joggers running behind him, and he's fighting the elements. And he almost loses the phone.
Yeah.
It almost tips over several times during the video. But it was one, and I wish I would use it, but it was one of Drew's awesome cut-ins with the CM Punk stuff. And the girl stops, looks at the camera, and backs off. And I wanted to use it so bad. And I think you might have saw it in the chat, Mike. Right?
Yeah.
Huge shout out to Yinza. This is no spoiler because it was on social media and they were sharing it, but he made his appearance at the Enjoy Wrestling show in their
Fantastic.
big Rumble Odyssey.
Yes.
And the crowd flipped out. But the best thing was I had my co-host there with his wife. I'm meeting him for the first time ever, and they of course don't know anything about Yinza the Ninja. And so Harley's first reaction was, what? And I was like, oh, I'll brief you later.
Yep.
But the crowd loved it.
It was fantastic. He's he's always highlighted at KSWI. It's good to see he's getting because I think he debuted out in Altoona recently as well. So it's good to see he's getting out to other promotions. So
Getting out there.
good time, old pre-Mayhem friend. Good to see that. I knew Yinza when he was just a wee lucha. So just having his first polka.
Okay.
We can just leave that there.
All right.
Yeah.
He comes out to the Pittsburgh polka.
I've not. Okay.
Well,
I
didn't
love
know
that you said that to me like I haven't been here for 3 months.
You know
the Pittsburgh
You
polka.
haven't
You
heard
are
the
well
polka in the
researched on
air around here? We have a Polish hill.
Well,
I was
yeah,
unaware
I've
that
heard of
the
Polish
two
show.
were fighters.
Hey, I
Listen,
almost brought my
listen.
accordion tonight, but Sorg did not respond when I offered, so I didn't do it.
Eamon, listen, you're gonna have to get used to some weird shit. That's all there is to it. I've been here for 20 years. I'm still not used to most of it.
You've seen a lot.
I still don't like most of it. Listen. As a transplant, stay away from Permanis. It's not good.
No,
Can I break your heart, Chachi? I really like Permanis.
Even though you got insulted for not finishing your sandwich the first
No,
time?
I finish them now. That was when I was a wee child.
We were down. Wee child. Yeah, we're down at Market Square, and you ate your first half, and the waitress looks at you and says, "Old ladies finished the sandwich."
Yeah.
Also, they now have to-go boxes. It's fine.
Yeah,
they don't
that
mind
is true.
anymore.
That is true. Mike, you sent me another video.
Yeah, sorry. We're not
listen,
moving on yet.
And listen, what?
We're not moving on yet.
We're not moving on.
No.
Are we still in the Permane sandwich bit?
No. I'm saying we're not moving on to our predictions for this year. I have a surprise.
Yeah, there's another video, and even though I'm really gun shy of playing videos that I have not previewed after last Thursday night,
Sorg, would I or have I ever steered you wrong?
I swear, if I have another child I didn't know about, I'm gonna be mad.
Come on, you know me better than that, Sorg. This is nothing but positive.
Okay. All right, tell me, set this up while I cue the video. I can't leave it on you because then people are going to see behind the curtain.
Oh, well, no. This is something I've had cooking in my brain for several years now.
Mm-hmm.
Because as we know, fans, the people who know the lore of the Mayhem show, know the lore of the Christmas show, is I used to sing all the songs, and I used to write
way too
a whole
much.
bunch. Way too much.
Sing
Admittedly,
way too much.
Admittedly, way too much. But they weren't always the 12 Days of Christmas. Like I believe I did Santino the Friendly Wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
Like I once did the Chipmunks Christmas song, voicing Macho Man, Dusty Rhodes, and Triple H. I believe it was very odd, and I did it all in one take because I don't know how to edit. It was weird.
That was a problem.
It was very weird. But Sorg, we've been doing this podcast for a while, and I've learned to outsource.
Established in 2006, yes.
Yeah, I've learned to outsource things.
Yeah. Okay. Did you Fiverr this?
Maybe I did. I've had this one song, at least the song title, kicking around in my brain for almost a decade. And I finally decided, I'm like, all right, this is the year. I have the tools. I have the talent. And I put pen to paper, and I came up with something that I think you really enjoy, Sorg.
I'm really kind of concerned that you're directing this right at me.
Yeah.
All right, let's get.
Well, no, it's not about you. It's another Christmas song.
Again,
I'm really concerned that he used the word talent.
Chachi, trust me, it's talent. It ain't me.
All right, here we go. I'm queuing this up right now.
Hi, Sorg. Merry Christmas. Now listen, I know I made a little itty-bitty joke when I sent in the 12 Nights of Mayhem that there was only going to be one song this year. And unfortunately, that was a lie. So, enjoy. Santa brother, slip a title under the tree for me. I've been in awful good hands, Santa brother, so hurry to the arena tonight. Santa brother, a pay-per-view main event too will do. I'll put on a 5-star, Santa brother, so hurry to the arena tonight. Come and trim my Christmas tree. Get some top-tier talent to wrestle me. I really do believe in you. Let's see if you will put me over. Santa brother, forgot to mention one little thing, the ring. I want it to be 6-side, Santa brother, so hurry to the arena tonight. Hurry to the arena tonight. Hurry to the arena tonight. Merry Christmas.
Bravo! Hey, Tatiana!
Voice of an angel.
Wow, that was great.
I told you I'd never steer you wrong.
Oh man, not this time. Not this time.
No, of course
Oh
not.
my god, I don't know what we've done. Now your Zoom controls are up, so I got to see if I can fix this in a moment. But anyways, oh no, everything's wrong. Everything's wrong over here. Oh no. At least I didn't hang up on you guys. Anyways, in the meantime, just ignore the stuff at the bottom of the screen. Fantastic. Well, we survived another singing mayhem.
I will say,
Standing
for that
clap
song-
from the chat room, by the way.
Excellent. I want to thank Tatiana profusely for me just randomly sliding into her DMs and saying, "Listen, I have an idea. Are you game?" And she said, "Absolutely, sounds perfect." So I have to give her props. Also, that song's really long.
Mm-hmm.
There's probably about another 2 or 3 more verses that I wrote.
Oh no.
So we may have a couple of these.
Oh
for
no.
the next couple of
Part
years.
2 next year. There you go. Well, maybe
'Cause I wrote a whole thing, and the lyrics, I have to say, are pretty evergreen. I don't think they're going to change much. So
That's great. So maybe we can finally release that Mayhem Christmas album we've been talking about for 10 years.
Honestly, I think we have.
We might have that now. That's great. Fantastic. Well, this is the part of the show where we look forward, if you will, to next year and our predictions. It's prediction time. What do you think the wrestling landscape, as if we could have predicted what happened this past year, Tony Khan purchasing Ring of Honor, CM Punk's implosion, Vince McMahon's pretty much implosion. What's that? Ousting. Yes. Like there was so much that I don't think any of it was on anybody's bingo card for the year at all. So who would like to drop your predictions first?
I'll go first.
Oh.
Here we
Chachi, what you got?
All right,
Here we go.
All right, let me start with. I'm going to go ahead and say that we'll say 75% of the NXT WWE talent that AEW scooped up when they were dumbly released by WWE will be re-signed to WWE.
What percentage?
75.
Now we got to do math.
Wow.
Mainly, Adam Cole will go back. Kyle O'Reilly will go back. Bobby Fish will not go back because he's just gone insane and no one will touch him now.
Everybody else sees what I saw now.
Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's not going to happen. And then AEW is going to once again overfill their roster with people from the indies that they don't need to sign, but they will and not use. I think Trips is going to do something stupid with one of the pay-per-views. I predicted to Chad that Triple H is going to try to make Royal Rumble his own, and I said it was going to be a 2-ring 80-man Rumble. I would watch that. I would come back to WWE just to watch that because I think it would be insane. But no, ultimately, I would have to say my most shocking prediction is that Impact will be the steadiest wrestling company in the U.S. In 2023. I think it will remain exactly how it has been this year, next year.
Okay. Alrighty.
Sorg's diligently
I'm trying to
putting it into the record.
I was gonna say, so
That was a lot.
we got Phil a little bit while Sorg's
Also,
writing things down.
spelled you Chi-Chi.
Oh, Chi-Chi.
Chi-Chi's predictions. All right, who's next?
I'll throw one out here, which I think it's kind of the most chaotic maneuver in terms of how the chaos from last year. And I have, there's been rumblings of it, of reports and stuff like that. I think Vince will return in some capacity. Maybe not with the full power he once had, but he will return in some capacity to WWE.
Okay. Anything else to go with that?
That's about it.
That's all I got. That's all I got. Who's next?
Okay. All right. I got a couple, Sorg. I'm going to predict that Vince McMahon will be inducted to WWE Hall.
Oh, that's even further.
Oh God.
No. That's
Actually, that's probably fair.
I think that's going to be the thing. That's going to drum people up. I will also predict that upon his return to WWE, Cody will bring out Pharaoh, and Pharaoh will bite someone on WWE TV. It will be an angle. It won't be like a real bite, but like biting someone's butt or something like
You're
that.
wrong, Mike.
Like-
Pharaoh's a good boy.
But Pharaoh will be defending Cody.
No.
That's the thing.
Against Seth Rollins.
He's a sweet
That's literally what I was thinking. Because I could see Seth Rollins laughing in Pharaoh's face and then turning around, and Pharaoh going right after Rollins' butt because he has a treat in there. But anyway,
Got a treat in his butt?
yeah, in the back pocket.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, back pocket.
Pocket in his
Yeah,
in
jeez.
his butt.
You were all
thinking
You
it, right?
Bastards.
Did you see the STD special?
That's fair. All right. Anyway, I also want to make a wacky prediction. Kenny Omega and Mandy Rose will hit simultaneous V triggers in the same match.
What?
Yes.
Listen, after 2022, I'm going to go ahead and say that's going to happen. It's going to be on AEW Dark, and no one's going to see it.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's going to be at Universal Studios.
Yep.
In front of 35 people and
Oh,
one
come
mascot.
on.
Yep, it's going to be
And one mascot.
This just
Yeah,
meant their mascots are not people.
What's his name? Kip Saban's going to be in the front row in the box for absolutely no fucking reason.
You know he's not
And,
doing that
yeah,
anymore, right?
Kenny Omega is going to make his third appearance on AEW Dark to introduce Mandy Rose, and they're going to do the same move to, we'll say,
Ty and Sammy.
sure, yeah, that'll work.
Yeah.
Make it that. Book it. That's going to happen.
Make it so.
Do I have to write all this down?
Yes.
Okay,
Every
my
word
V
that I just
triggers,
said. Drunken
Every word.
Every
Sorg.
drunken word.
I'm also going to say that.
Sorg's gonna be so confused next year.
Yo, yeah, no, that's why I make mine as weird as possible. I'm also going to say that someone who is a host on this show will get drawn into a wrestling storyline in the Pittsburgh Indies.
What the fuck?
I don't know. I'm throwing something out, Sorg. I don't know. Could it be Ronnie? Maybe. Could it be Eamon? Maybe. Could someone go after you, Sorg? I don't know. It's possible.
I have a feeling Sorg's not gonna like that.
I'm not counting Bradley because I don't count Bradley.
Ouch.
To be fair, Bradley's about 2 steps away from already being dragged into the wrestling storyline.
Yeah,
He's
but
actively trying to get
I've seen the
drugged.
I've seen the tweets. I've seen the Facebook posts. I know what's
I
going on.
don't count him as a host.
Oh,
Okay.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, I don't think he's hosted really.
I mean, you're right, but
Yeah.
rude.
Thank you. No, I being factual is not being rude, John Hodgman.
Just because it's true doesn't mean it's not shade.
And I've said multiple
Word.
times, I never ever want to be part of a storyline in professional wrestling. As
I know.
long as I'm producing. No.
I know.
Yes.
I know.
Never.
Sorg,
It's
I know
on
this
every
about you.
contract that he has the promoter's sign. Do not put me in
I'm telling you,
storylines.
I don't know who it's
Brother.
gonna be. I don't know who it's gonna be, but someone.
I'm too close. It's bad enough I got drawn into real issues in Pittsburgh wrestling this year. So I
have a feeling.
But it,
I'm
I
like,
don't know why
no,
I
you
have
will
that
not
feeling.
say my name on that video. No.
but it's the indie wrestling tradition, Sorg. Then you have to make it into a storyline. That's what.
Yes.
That's the only way.
The more you push against, the more they pull you in.
It just like if I become a promoter, a wrestling promoter, I have to become champion or something, right? Or the manager or something like
The
that.
carniness,
right?
you don't find the carniness. The carniness finds you.
and Sorg, I have one more prediction.
I don't even like having my face around IndyWrestling.us, and yeah,
This is your like 10th prediction, Mike.
this is what he does.
He's Nostradamus.
I do 2 WWE,
It's
2
4,
AEW,
but number 3 was
one-
really complex.
Yeah. And this is more of a wish. The Iconics will return to professional wrestling. It's more of a wish. It's more of a wish. I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't know what company. I don't know in what capacity. But I have a feeling we will see Cassie and Jesse once again in a ring together, being iconic.
God, I hope you're right.
In New Japan.
Hope you're right.
Hell, give me if it's in Stardom, I will buy the Stardom pay-per-view.
Oh my
If it's in AEW, I will buy the AEW pay-per-view. If it's on Impact, again, I will go to that Impact show.
Won't buy the pay-per-view, but he'll go to the show.
Well, probably in Poughkeepsie again. So I think we're presuming it's in Poughkeepsie.
It might be, yeah.
Yes,
Who knows?
because this only happens in Poughkeepsie for Mike.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
All right, who's next?
I'll go next because I'm going to jump on Mike's last wishful thinking, which I also share, but won't be my prediction. But I do predict in 2023, this is equal parts like prediction and how things are going, and also just wanting to project it into the universe. I really want to see that mythical AEW women's tag division actually happen. If they can get consistency behind the scenes and actually like not blow up every 2 to 4 months behind the scenes, I think that they can actually make it happen. It would be really good for the women's division and ensure continuous storylines happening across the board and not just like intermittently. So I'm really hoping for it, and so I'm making this prediction as partially just trying to put it out there in the universe. It's been rumored to have been in the works, so it's not horrible. It's not.
Yeah,
impossible.
no, it's good. That's good.
Yeah. I'm also predicting that Jake Hager will lose his hat in a hat versus hair match.
Oh, I love that.
I think that will happen sooner rather than later.
Hat versus hair.
Hat
Him
versus hair.
Him versus Jungle Boy.
Yeah, there you
that's
go.
kinda
Hat
the
versus
idea.
hair. Yeah,
like it.
he'll
I
lose
like
his
it.
hat that way. I had a couple other ones. This is another one of those things that I'm just trying to project into the universe, and I really would like to see. She made some inroads when ROH was still in production consistently and continuously and standalone and not owned by Tony Khan. But I want to see the wrestler Hyen signed. I think it's a long past time.
Yes.
Texas.
Yes.
Texas
Yes.
represent.
What's his name?
Hyen.
Hyen.
Yeah.
Oh, Hyan.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
okay.
Because she came to mind because Roxanne Perez, formerly Roxy, of the coming up through Texas women's wrestling, they were like counterparts in reality wrestling, and Roxy won the reality wrestling women's champion from Hyan, and like Hyan was kind of a mentor for her. It's absurd to me that this woman has not been signed.
She'll be the next one.
Oh,
She
yeah.
will be the next big find.
Maybe she'll be the one to go after Roxanne.
If she ends up at WWE, I'd be a little surprised, but not shocked. I'm a little bit more surprised that AEW hasn't signed her, because she seems like an obvious get. But especially given the fact that she was working for ROH. But yeah, so I'm predicting that as well as another like hopeful, wishful prediction.
Eamon, did we interview her?
We interviewed so many people.
Hyen
Sorg.
Young.
Oh, actually, yes. When this was like maybe like less than a year into the business, we did like maybe like years and years ago. But
2016.
yes, but she has made like amazing.
Booker T's Reality of
inroads.
Wrestling, Houston, Texas.
Yeah, we just
There you
recently.
go.
She's been doing stuff with Inspire down in Texas as well, and we recently worked with her. She's amazing. Definitely,
Yeah.
is gonna
Thought
be
the
the
name
next big
sounded
signing.
familiar.
Yeah, she's held championships in Shimmer, and I think she's done international work. If not, I'm not entirely sure, but I think so. But she's just incredible, and she's worked for all the major like independents out there that do women's wrestling incredibly. So it's a matter of time. But I really wish someone would finally like get on it. I can't believe the Impact hasn't signed her. Like she's just out there doing her thing, and people are not making money off of her, which seems like a crime in wrestling, where making money off of someone is the point.
I like it. That's it?
Yeah, I'll stick with 3.
Okay. Who is next? Alex?
I'm next.
There you go.
I've got a couple. My first one's a 2-parter. It's semi-safe, and I'm gonna preface this by asking Mad Mike not to interject. until I finish the whole thing. You'll understand why in a second. So my semi-safe prediction, especially in light of the news this over the last couple months or whatever, well, within this past month, it's in regards to Ring of Honor. I do predict that Ring of Honor will actually find some sort of TV deal, like on an actual TV network somewhere. The second part of that prediction is that Mad Mike will continue to ask, what channel is ROH on?
That was a bit... I remember those days where it was a struggle.
UPN Channel 18.
Also,
but see, the gimmick is, I didn't get that channel in New York.
Yeah, like Mike could not watch Ring of Honor if he wanted
I
to
physically
on television.
couldn't. I wanted to give it a shot. Physically could not watch it.
Funny enough, I've had I think either YouTube TV or something like that, and recently I spotted Comet, which was one of the channels.
Yes,
that
it was.
ROH used to
Yes,
be
it
on. I
was.
Like, why am I getting Comet now that ROH isn't on Honor? What the heck? What am I supposed to do with
God,
this?
we had it on
Watch more sci-fi?
Comet. We had it on Comet and my PGH TV. I think collectively here, but I ended up watching it on Fight when it came up. But oh boy.
So
do you have more? Do you have more, Alex?
Yeah, my slightly more wild prediction, because I haven't really seen it yet, but I've seen some semblances of it starting to pop up. I think that by the end of the next year, we will finally see an indie fed rise up to kind of fill the hole that was left behind from the closing of Chikara, as far as not just the in-ring, but also like the storytelling. And to be clear, I mean like the slightly more wacky and wild side of.
Can you boil that down for me for me to write?
Okay.
What's my line? What's my byline?
So
here?
you're gonna be a great stenographer by the end of this show.
There will be a predecessor to Chikara.
Sorry.
Yeah, there will be a successor to
Eric
Chikara as far
Successor.
as deeply comic book rooted storylines. I don't know. Fantastical. Let's go.
And
with the
also,
word fantastical.
and also, I'm assuming family friendly.
Yes, that would also be nice.
Any thoughts on who that will be? Like, are there any promotions that stick out to you now?
I mean, Camp Leapfrog started to be that literally in the, I want to say in the months after, but then things seemed to fall apart with that. They went on hiatus for various reasons. So I think there's promotions specifically in that area that I think have started to pick up the pieces of that. I've heard good things about a number of promotions, like the family friendly things, kind of whatever at this point, I think, because people will either bring their kids to shows or not. But I've heard good things about Enjoy Wrestling, for example. You guys brought up.
Just not family friendly.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean.
In the traditional sense, for my family, sure, but for what we
right.
consider.
No, I know. As far as actually strictly family friendly, that's probably going to be the hardest one. I'm not sure where that falls in, but maybe that, I don't know if that's necessarily gonna matter as much as it seemed to at some point before. I don't know. That's to be honest, that's why I didn't even bring up family friendly when I was trying to describe it. But yeah, there are definitely there are definitely some really good indie promotions already, at least as far as like the in-ring stuff. There is a part of me that just misses some of the more fantastical kind of storytelling elements of Chikara, and this is probably more my wishful thinking type prediction at that point. It's something with yeah. So that's I don't know. That's what I'm kind of thinking of, but yeah.
Gotcha. Merlin, what do you got?
I'm
my
intrigued
kind
with
of
this one, by the way.
So I mean, one that I think is a pretty safe prediction is, I think Ricky Starks will hold a world title. Like, that seems clear, and that guy is going places. We've worked with him in Austin so much, and he's a great human, great worker. Like, the man's going places, and he needs gold.
You say a world title?
World title.
I would say gold of some kind.
Yeah, give him a world title. I think he's earned it.
Go big.
It's his prediction.
That's my prediction. The other one that's kind of out there, bear with me. So I think one of the main promotions, I don't know which one, probably AEW, will do a nuanced queer storyline that is well done, but the chronically online people will get a hold of it and cancel them.
Honestly,
I can see that. I almost made the prediction that we would see Kota Ibushi in AEW and get a
Coda might be
continuation.
the only way to get that. Honestly,
Yeah, and that might be the only way we could have that. And again, it will ultimately be canceled by those who are like, it's being queer, it's queer baiting us,
Yeah.
etc.
Please bait us. Can I? Please bait us.
Please try. Try to get me involved.
Because
try.
we're not allowed subtlety or nuance or just to let our imaginations run a little bit. We have to be spoon fed everything we want right now and with no subtlety at all.
Yeah. Also, can I mention, we literally just had this discussion about how we can't do nuance and how everything has to be fed to us when we just watched Bros the other night. I don't know if you've seen it. Bros, Billy Eichner movie,
Oh, I
great,
want to, yeah.
amazing. It's on Peacock, go watch it.
Oh, great.
But you have to go in with the mindset that they are making fun of how we feel like everything has to be the perfect representation all the time. If that is your mindset going into it, you will absolutely love it. It's great.
Got it. Yeah, I definitely want to see it.
I had questions. I forgot. Okay, so main promotion will do a queer storyline, and the online will try to cancel them for it. Was that the the official line I'm writing here?
Either the promotion or the actual wrestler for doing it. Who knows? Because they have no idea about wrestling. But yeah.
All right, that's good. Excellent. From the chat room, Tina says 5 Mayhemers and friends of the show will come to Seattle or the West Coast. I came out this year. There will be an IWGP Women's Title defense on AEW TV, and Vince will close a book deal.
Honestly, those are pretty good predictions.
Those are pretty good,
Really
especially
good
if a certain person goes for the IWGP Women's Title
Yes.
fairly soon. 10 calls for boss time.
Oh, I'm trying to paste it into the...
Although I still think it's more likely that she does her New Japan stuff. Then she comes out at number 30 in the Rumble, wins it, and taps Ronda out in Mania.
I think you're probably right on that, Mike.
I think that's more likely because I think when she shows up at Wrestle Kingdom, everyone's going to be like, "Oh shit, here we go," and then someone, I'm not going to say who, but his initials are all the same, is going to be like, "Well, maybe we should bite the bullet on this one." After all, there is a Star Wars pop of this person.
Podner says MJF as WWE champion. Isn't he?
He's
Within the
contracted till
24, I thought.
yeah, he's till 2024.
You want to change your
Who
prediction?
knows?
Dave?
Who knows? Hey, who knows? With the way this year is gone,
Who knows?
Maybe he gets bit and then he gets out of his contract.
There you go. I have
or maybe MJF starts an OnlyFans and gets fired.
I have.
We don't know.
Ooh, who's signing up for that MJF OnlyFans? All right, fellas, I see you in the room.
Gay Twitter
saw
will go
someone-
crazy.
I saw someone tweet that
God.
that Mustafa Ali should just start OnlyFans and go crazy.
Look, I would actually sign up to OnlyFans if that happened.
There's definitely
that in Rhea, if Rhea
There's
wants to
an
start
audience for
OnlyFans.
it.
there's definitely a contingent that
By the way, Tina on the 5 Mayhemers will be coming to the West Coast. WrestleMania is on the West Coast.
Yeah, I was about to say,
And
it's
I
in
intend to be
Hollywood.
there. I haven't bought my ticket yet, but I intend to be there.
I got mine.
Yeah, so you got it. Alex
Both
got
nights.
it. Alex
Both
got
nights.
It. There you
Both
go. I was
Up
gonna say,
in the
we're gonna-
bleachers, but
Oh,
both
oh,
nights.
you should have seen the tickets I had last year. It was behind the stage, and yeah, like we saw all the cars setting up and everything. So, what we need is a straight up Mayhem Con on the West Coast. Hey, there you go. What? I guess it's my turn. No more interim titles in AEW.
I think
Oh
that's
dear
fair.
God, please.
I
no.
think the
I think
experiment
that's
is
already
over.
gone.
The experiment is over. We will never do this again. I believe there will be a continued shifting of the indie wrestling streaming landscape, more GCW type moves from Fight, IWT, Pro Wrestling TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
There's a lot of movement, and this is not just stuff I'm privy to. I mean, you can just watch what's
No,
happening.
I mean,
out there.
IWTV continues to lose every month. They lose promotions.
Right. I mean, and I have worked with all three of those streaming platforms. On top of Throwdown is another one.
Mm-hmm. That one's quickly gaining some steam.
Is
too,
it now?
I've heard.
Okay.
Yeah, I've heard.
They lean into. Don't they lean into women's wrestling a bit?
Title Match is the one.
Title Match. That's what.
Title Match.
I'm
is the
sorry.
one.
Throwdown is an MMA one. So
Throwdown has gotten whispered because the people believe that there might be wrestling promotions that are more shoot style that will end up on there. But
Yes.
Title Match is the one that I'm subscribed to. That if you want women's wrestling, it's like 90% women's wrestling.
wait, what was the other one you just mentioned?
Title Match. That's the one.
The Title Match, and then
You said Throwdown.
Oh wait, there is a wrestling. Wait, what is happening? What's going on? What's happening?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was muted. I'm putting the dog in. My bad.
Jeez. So the title, yeah.
There's another one that is
Okay.
but because there are promotions that specialize in like shoot fighting, like or shoot style wrestling, they are those are always traditionally looking for homes.
Tina's reminding me that I did work with Pluto TV this year too. And they have a wrestling channel, but and this is
No matter where you're streaming, hire Sorg for
I
your.
have experience with everybody.
He can work with anyone.
I'm seeing this.
I was gonna say Sorg's prediction is basically hashtag book more Sorg.
Yeah. Sorg's prediction is I will keep working this year.
Sorg's prediction is I'm on that trampoline, motherfucker. Book me.
Would you like a show to be streamed? Nope.
Also,
look
Tina
weird.
also says, admitted Emily, you want a Regal OnlyFans.
There's no admitting anything.
Regal
of course
wants
I
an
do.
Excalibur OnlyFans, that's for sure.
I listen to so few podcasts at this point, but I
Do you
listen to
think
Regal's
Regal's on
podcast.
Cameo and can you call me a buttery cupcake?
That man would make so much money
You
if
creamy
he charged
crumpet.
for either a compliment or a takedown. If he was if he read you to filth,
Or a complimenting takedown.
I would pay lots of money. So much.
There you go. Fuck. But I don't think I'm speaking out of turn because I think most of this is very obvious. But you're seeing a lot of promotions moving. You saw a lot of promotions move from one platform to another. You try a couple platforms this year. Get ejected from one or another. Like it's everything from and I've heard wrestling companies not happy with the individual platforms. I've heard wrestling companies not happy with the promotion around it, stuff they're pointing up against, this is like somebody's not happy with fights. Somebody's not happy with Pro Wrestling TV. Somebody's not happy with IWTV. Like somebody's not happy with you're not going to please everybody kind of thing, right? So and that's been very interesting to see. And again, this has been public. I in a lot of these cases. So everything, going back to the GCW fallout with IWTV, right? So it's interesting to see because I feel like everybody has a slightly different model. Like all three of those are, High Spots is another one. Oh, hey, I worked with High Spots too this year. So see you guys next week, Seth. Anyways,
Name drop a little more, Sorg.
well, I haven't even started.
Do we have to get the New Japan jacket back out for you to wear?
Listen, we
New
paid for the
Japan.
New Japan. They did not give me a jacket, but see you guys in February. Anyways, and actually no, Missy's the New Japan favorite. But anyways, so I think that's everybody wants to stream, everybody's there, and I think that's going to be very interesting to watch. I don't know if there's going to be a new player, but I think people are just finding the right deal for themselves, right? What platform works best for us, or do we make our own? And Defy has their own platform, right? We do I think okay with our platform. For the stuff that we have, but also I know nobody ever wanted our content in the Pittsburgh area, and that might be changing. You know, as we're experimenting with VCW, right, with Fight right now. So you know, I think it's a forever moving target for everybody, no matter how big you are in the wrestling landscape, right? Just imagine something like, you know, WWE every 5 years has to go through this kind of situation, right?
God.
Of like, who's the best platform, who's, you know, that kind of thing. And it's just different levels of, I mean, we're not dealing with like $5 billion or whatever the hell that was, but it's still like these companies are figuring out what is the most benefit to them. MLW just moved to Pro Wrestling TV. The Defy Wrestling has tried both Pluto TV and Fight as live streams, you know, and trying to figure out what that is, you know. GCW just moved from, you know, and AIW just moved full on to the Fight Plus play, right? So, you know, what does that, you know, that'll be very interesting to watch. So I will not look, let's put it this way, next year, it will not look like it does now.
This is a much bigger conversation, but I'm just kind of curious, or do you think alongside of this, there will be more, like, you know, independent promotions that take advantage of the platform that YouTube offers and, you know, supplement their, like, offer these shows up for, like a Joy does, you know, break up their paid shows that people attend live into episodic, episodic free viewing on YouTube and are aided by things like sponsorships and stuff.
I think a lot of people have been trying that for a while, but it doesn't make any money for them. You know, like we're all over YouTube and we do some pretty good numbers on YouTube. That is not enough to run a promotion. I can tell you that. So when I saw Enjoy doing it, I was like, I don't know if they're affording that for the, like, I've been trying to do the math with Enjoy for a while, and I mean, they got a plan and they got sponsors. So, I mean, that's part of it too. And they put on some quality stuff with people that are going to be looking for on YouTube. And I haven't seen their numbers lately, but I've just been, but their shows are sold out every damn time, and I love them.
Close to, and like but that venue is not a cheap venue to utilize.
Nope.
It's really curious to me.
Yeah, I've never understood indie wrestling math.
Yeah.
Nope.
I will sit there, I will say, and I've done this, whether it's Warrior, Defy, the local promotions that we work with, Enjoy, to all the promotions we worked with at WrestleCon. I'm just like, I'm counting the people. and I don't know how this translates to this, and this works, right?
A lot of people get that hot dog in a handshake.
Right, there's that too. But you know, you're working shows that are like, fuck, there's Tom Lawler and Moxley in a room that's sold out that fits, help me, Tina, 600 people. Those are expensive tickets. She was just saying in the chat room earlier, it's $30 for standing room only, right? Yeah. Warrior Wrestling, you know, conversations like they're a premium product, but you see AEW talent and everybody else is on TV, right? As part of that, you know. So that is it's like the next best thing to go in an AEW show, but better because you get to meet and greet everybody, right? Yeah. And they have great tactics there, for that kind of stuff. So you know, it's 500 at capacity for Washington Hall, and that is the most bonkers venue I've ever experienced, other than CM Punk's debut night at United Center. But anyways, no, it's freaking wild. Yeah, so that's what I got. And I got everybody else in there. 30 for standing room, 50 to 100 for the seats. Well, I think you just answered part of my question there.
I'll do it.
Don't do it.
That'll get you some money.
So, anyways, guys, thank you so much. You have any holiday wishes, end of the year wishes to send to anybody out here? Anybody?
Show someone you care about the joy of the Sami Zayn versus Johnny Knoxville match.
Yes.
In fact, put it on for the kids as they go to sleep dreaming of Santa Claus. Because you will believe that a big bearded man who does naughty things gets coal in his stocking.
Okay.
I
All right.
Yeah, I may not be watching it, and I know this isn't what you asked for, but I really need Sami Zayn to get full tribal tattooed within the next month. We'll say month. I need him to go full oos and get the entire tribal tattoo, and then immediately get kicked the fuck out of the bloodline. Chachi. Like I love Sami Zayn in the Bloodline. Don't get me wrong. I'm not even watching it, but just hearing about it secondhand is enjoyable.
Chachi,
but so
you have to watch the moment where Roman suggests that he takes away the word honorary from Moose.
I need him.
You have to watch that moment. I'll send you a link.
Okay.
It's a 5-minute thing. You have to watch it because the camera work in this angle has been some of the best. Like, just the camera work from Roman Reigns for his entire year has been some of the best stuff that they've ever done. Starting from the over-the-shoulder look of Roman looking at Seth Rollins in the Shield gear walking out of the Royal Rumble. The camera views of Roman stumbling out of the ring that Brock Lesnar lifted up with a fucking bulldozer.
I forgot about that crap. Jeez.
Yeah, the camera view of Logan Paul doing a slow motion elbow drop onto Roman, which is still the most bonkers thing I've ever seen, and I don't think it will be topped.
WWE's the best. WWE's the best at wrestling production, just hands down.
I saw Logan Paul's elbow drop from his angle. That was I hate Logan Paul as a person. I think he's just a walking pile of shit.
Sure.
But that was incredible. That was a great shot.
Same. Like, game recognized game. Yeah. That's still one of the most incredible things I've ever seen in my life. And for it to be so picture perfect.
Yeah.
Like, to get that in one take, you can't practice it. He had a busted up knee too.
Yeah.
So
I know.
all credit in the world. Like, that's insane. But I'll send you the clip. I'll send you the clip of the expression you have on Sami Zayn's face. Like, the zoom they have is absolutely perfect. It looks like Sammy just got an N64 on Christmas Day.
Like, my whole thing is it's WWE, so they have the production money and availability. I just need them to do full on for like 6 months. I need Sami Zayn to have like the full tribal tattoo on his arm, even after getting kicked out, and then come back after like a week off and be like, "Oh, I got it lasered off." Like, I need that to happen. Or just treat it like Kofi's accent, where 1 week he has it and then the next week he doesn't. And no one.
I just want him to do a haka with the Usos. That's what I want to say.
With the tribal tattoo, there has to be the tribal tattoo. That's all. Sorry, that's what I want for Christmas.
I've been wanting this too. I've been saying this too. Like, there at least would be something where he at least has the temporary tattoo for like a night.
Yeah, right? I swear to God, when they said to get Sammy cleaned up, I thought he was gonna come out with hair like the Usos. I thought he was gonna buzz the sides. I thought he was gonna have red tips at the end, like bright red tips at the end.
On his already red hair.
Yeah, on his already red hair. Like fuck me red tips.
Yes.
From his already red hair.
All right. Anybody else? Eamon, Merlin, thank you so much.
Well, thank you, Sorg,
to be back in this.
It's been nice.
Yes.
I was gonna mention with what Chachi was mentioning and Mike was mentioning about production wise too. Like, it's good venturing in because this last year's also been kind of like my re-venturing into like watching wrestling and like I've kind of I think pandemic wrestling kind of hurt me a little bit.
It hurt all of us. It hurt all of our souls.
I was just like, I can't. And WWE as well. I think with this regime change, also like there was a parts where it's just like I couldn't watch the show back in a year or two ago.
I think we had mostly written it off. I stopped watching it regularly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But getting back into it's been really fun. So it's just been good to sort of revisit that itch that you always have.
Compliment someone like Regal did with the Man in the Mask from Tina.
Oh, that's what you all should do this holiday season.
Yeah, that's right.
I do have some holiday stuff. Shout out to one Mr. Hollow Wicked, All Glory Nazmaldoon. I hope you show up on TV somewhere in the coming year. And may your holidays be oozy, just to everyone in general.
That's
Absolutely.
Right. Ameline Grit and Glitter podcast, of course. Check out any parting words.
Yeah. Listen to next week's episode where we release our 2022 glitter bombs, honoring the best in women's wrestling and wrestlers of marginalized genders. We have everything from favorite wrestler to best heel to best blood this year. So please listen. We've got a lot of really great guests on, and we have our host MC for the award ceremony. We have the one, the only, the voice of Ring of Honor, Ian Riccaboni, doing us a solid because he is friendly with us back from when we were still an ROH podcast. You remember when it was the first time I was here? It was an ROH podcast. And I will just say, like I say every year, Merry Christmas to Ricky Morton.
Oh no! Did you hear my Ricky Morton story?
I don't need to. Oh, you told me about subs?
Yes. Yes. Ricky Morton and Subway.
Yeah, you told me, and I hope you run into him at a Subway someday.
And you're definitely a sub for Ricky Morton.
Mike. You gotta subscribe to my OnlyFans for that content.
Everybody, thank you so much. Chachi, did you say anything? Any parting words?
Yeah, I said mine already. It was Sami Zayn Tribal Tattoo.
All right. I think we got everybody. Merlin?
Not a lot. Just Blessed Yule and Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah, all of that.
Yes. Thank you, everybody. Once again, this is the cornerstone of, as I've often say, of everything I do, like practically. And I'm getting freaked out because trains are parking in front of the studio again. What is happening?
It's a Christmas miracle.
What the fuck?
Guess we're not going home.
Yeah, I guess not. The train's parked
is
in
it
front
a
of
freight
all of our
train,
cars.
Sorg?
No, it's the T. It's wait a minute. No, it's not a freight train. Oh my God, where is freight train these days? Oh man, he was my favorite interview ever. No, seriously, like this little Mayhem community that we have is one of the coolest things. I'm so happy that I got to see so many. Everybody's pondering their purple hats right now. I don't know what's happening over there. I don't know. I think are they considering if they're really keeping it or not? I don't know.
I'm bringing mine into work, Sorg.
They're like caressing it. I just don't even know right now.
I just can't believe I get to take this home.
Sorg, I'm bringing mine into work.
Fantastic.
You know, I keep getting mugs and like hot chocolate and like tea and like lotion that I don't use, and then I get this, and it's just. It's so beautiful.
It's going to be in all of our pictures. Everywhere. I better make it into one of your librarian TikToks.
Yeah, talk about going viral.
By the way, follow her. What's your Twitter again?
I'm on Forked PGH. You can find me Little Governor Taco Boy.
Yes. My favorite video content on the internet about libraries.
Yes. We have a good TikTok. We have a good TikTok crew. We just hit over 200,000 views on one of our videos, and it's
holy crap!
It's me literally like assaulting one of my teens. She was consenting. No patrons were actually harmed.
That is quality content right there. Please. I think you guys will enjoy it. But no, seriously, thank you, everybody. It was great to see so many of you guys this year, Mayhemers across the nation. I'm hoping we have a lot of opportunities this next year. I don't think any of my current business plans are going to get to anybody's town, but we're going to WrestleMania, of course. Hopefully that will make up for any travel I'm not happening. But also, at this time last year, I didn't know what 2022 was going to look like, and holy crap, I personally, I think it was my best year around professional wrestling and production, and as Missy and I keep saying to ourselves, the last 6 months were the best 3 years of my life. So
accurate.
Yeah, so that's kind of how it feels right now, because there's a lot of like, oh shit, that was only in April. And that's when things really, really kind of took off and just kind of haven't stopped for us. Thankfully slowing down around the holidays, but anyways, so looking forward to what 2023 it has in store for us. We're going to continue to have fun on this show every Tuesday as much as we can, and thank you so much. It's been heartwarming. It's been Great to see everybody, and everybody keeps coming out on Tuesdays, and even when we moved it this late in the night. So, but thank you. Good vibes to everybody. We will be coming back and doing. Probably have a couple weeks. We'll celebrate our anniversary. I think we have a nice round-ish number coming up. I don't know what number it is. I didn't put it on the screen. What are we up to, like 850 or something soon, I think?
I think it's higher than that.
Are we getting 900? We're not getting up to 900.
We're closer to it, I think.
What episode is this? Anyway,
where are we?
What's happening? We'll be doing that. Mayhem Mania will be happening, and we're going to be having a lot of fun. We are already lining up guests for next year. We have Ziggy Heim is going to be joining us, I think, about the third week in January. And we're talking to a lot of other people. And the people that got misaligned with us the last couple of weeks, we're going to be trying to rebook them as well. We have a lot of conversations coming in. We're talking to the new VCW champion, Remy LeVay, about coming in. And we'll continue to have some fun. And so many more people are seeing what's going on with the Mayhem show. Of course, thanks to the great work of Dave Podner, has been helping us with clipping these shows lately, and that's been a huge help.
Good luck with this one, Pod.
That's okay. He's got 2 weeks to sort it all out until the next episode, right? So we still. And
when Ziggy comes on, we do need to play her in my Hanukkah song.
late Hanukkah song. That would be great.
Yeah, a late Hanukkah song.
That's right. Great. Thank you, everybody. This has been your Mayhem for 2022 live. We'll see you guys next time. Have a good holiday. Have a good New Year. Mayhem out.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack.
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.